Chomp. Welcome aboard, mateys. Fucking adventures in emulating Super Nintendo games. The save don't fucking work. Or save disappeared. I'm doing the whole game over again. Fuck it, why not?
I remember at one point towards the end of the last stream, I was like, you gotta make a save state. And you were like, save states aren't always trustworthy on emulators. I'm gonna do a hard save, in-game save.
Yeah.
What happened? Where'd it go?
Well, I'm not exactly sure. I mean, if you notice earlier when I had checked the folder that has all my save data in it, I had other games in there. Just this one didn't fucking work.
Rest in pieces. It wasn't even like it was just the last save. You had saved regularly throughout the game, I'm pretty sure.
Like, we had this fucking problem before, too, with, like, we tried doing a Dragon Quest playthrough at your house, and fucking emulator didn't save that either.
When we went to, I forgot we did almost record a second one of those and then found out the save was gone. We were just like, I guess that's not happening.
Yeah, like, we're gonna start over at that turn-based RPG, we're gonna film all that again. Like, fuck that. At least this time it happened with like a 3-hour game that I love and I'm happy to play over and over again. If this happened with Metroid Fusion, I'd be like, nah, we're not gonna do that. The game's too fucking long. I feel like I ain't reading all that again. No, we just gotta do it all this time. We just gotta do it all. That's the only. Just gotta speedrun the whole fucking game. I feel like the game is a little louder than it was before too. Is it louder?
It's loud on my end, barely. Decently.
I'm gonna fucking change that.
But I just have that.
Why is it so loud? Can I not pause during this part? I can't pause. Fuck. Alright, I got this one.
Unskippable, unpausable cutscene, the original.
Audio. The fuck? I mean, look.
We have no viewers yet. Where is everybody? Where's all of our homies?
You post the link in the Discord?
I did, but I used the @community stream watcher. I don't know if anybody's actually signed up for that. Maybe I'll have to hit them with the @everyone.
Oh yeah, just ping everyone. It's your server, why not?
You say that, but I'm not really in there all that much compared to some people.
Holy shit, this is still so loud.
Weeble wobble, beeble bobble.
I feel like I have to like turn you up more to compensate for how loud the game is being. There we go. 'Cause, I mean, I have my computer's volume like in OBS, capture volume's lower to compensate.
So yeah, tuning in on YouTube, it doesn't sound like crazy loud or anything.
Okay. I guess it's just my sensitive ear holes then.
Big explosion.
That's crazy though, no one's watching. Oh, there's Mayday from space. Super duper Metroid.
Super duper Metroid, indeed. Yeah. Save file gone, so I guess we start over.
Speedrun, baby. It was just a practice run. It's fine. It's cool. I'll totally knock it out in one shot this time. 2-hour run. Fucking dude.
I hope. I would love to see it.
It'd be pretty epic, not gonna lie.
What have you been up to the last couple days since the last time you played Super Metroid?
Blah. We've been up to sleeping, working. I wrote a little essay about my thoughts on The Substance. I don't know if I'm gonna end up posting that anywhere.
Oh yeah, you really
but,
hated that movie, right?
I kind of hated it. I like recognize that it's like a really well-made piece of art, but like for my preferences, my taste, it sucks. It's like I watched it and I was like,
I was not gonna like it and stayed away from it. And it was one of those where like when it came out, like I saw a lot of glowing reviews, but it was all like the person who I saw loving it the most was Anthony Fantano, and like he's not a guy who talks about movies all the time. Like he doesn't. Yeah. It's very rare that he's like, "Oh, this movie is so amazing, everyone has to see it." Like, But in general, Fantano's taste is he likes unpleasant things. Like, a lot of his favorite music is like just dark and difficult and like harsh sounding. So I was like, and also just the way he clearly has like pretty intense body dysmorphia. So like I knew it was going to be some like heavy hitting body horror, like,
Yeah.
difficult to watch stuff if he was into it. And I was like, that sounds like something I wouldn't find pleasant.
Not at all.
But I kind of like goaded my parents into watching it because like I knew they would, and like I could find out like vaguely what it is by just because I was living with them at the time. So
Yeah.
it's like kind of encouraged them to watch it. And like it was one of those where like the whole entire movie they were oh just like intense reactions. But I think my dad was having a lot of fun viewing it more like a carnival ride kind of thing, whereas my mom, I think, like checked out pretty quick because she was just like particularly having to watch the guy eat towards the start. She was like, no, I can't with this, so she was kind of like in and out. And also it's like a weirdly plot heavy movie from what I gathered. Like it's weirdly long and has like lots happening in it for being like a sensory movie.
Yeah, there's maybe like 20 lines of dialogue in the whole movie, but the fucking thing is long and a lot of shit happens. And it's, basically the entire thing, there's like disgusting squelching noises happening almost the entire time. There's lots and lots of close-up shots of people injecting themselves or injecting someone else or extracting something from their body with needles, like constantly. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to look at that.
It's it's graphic, it's up close, it's nasty. Anyone with a phobia of needles could not sit through that movie. The entire goddamn thing is full of that. I don't know. It was just really fucking uncomfortable to watch, and I know that's like the point. That's what the movie's about. It's about like aging and how, like Hollywood chews women up and spits them out. That's why there's a close-up shot of a guy chewing on shrimp at the beginning. It's like the disgusting, like, eating food ASMR shit, because it's supposed to be, oh, look how disgusting this producer guy is. He's so fucking sexist and gross. He's a pig.
It's like beyond on the nose and beating you over the head with the point. It's like it's like strapping you into a torture machine with the point. Like,
yeah, exactly. It's brutal and like aggressive, shoving its point down your throat, which is
yo, Gary, always.
Yo. It's like, I get there's an appeal to that. Some people like that. I acknowledge it's just not for me. I wouldn't say the movie is like shit. That's why on my Letterboxd I gave it like I didn't give it like the lowest score ever. I just like low enough that anyone who wants to know what I think can know I didn't like it.
Yeah.
So it's like a 2-star movie. I don't know. Because like I could appreciate what is interesting about, because like the actual body horror aspect of it's really good. Like, as body horror, it's really effective, but I cannot handle body horror very well. So when I see like well done body horror, it haunts me for weeks afterward. I wake up from a nightmare.
I don't watch spooky shit very much. Like I don't want to be thinking almost every image like every bad thing that happens in The Boys lives in my head rent free, and I can just call those images to the surface anytime I want, and it's not really pleasant. It hasn't made my life a better, brighter place. It hasn't made me a better person. It's like, why would I want these things in my brain?
Yeah.
Also, like, Bird always gets like these shorts that are about like behind the scenes of The Boys, and it's always just like, yeah, then they were all fucking with each other like really hard and like just acting like assholes all the time. Like, okay, so the people who made this show like are just dicks. Like, they're just dickheads who want to inflict this on everyone. Like,
that makes sense. I've seen some of The Boys. I quit watching about halfway through season 2 because it just wasn't my thing, but I was really like unbothered by the gore. I mean, it's a little disturbing here and there. Like, the very first episode is pretty shocking. But like, what really haunts me lately, what the gore thing that has been living in my head rent free, is Terrifier 3. I watched all 3 Terrifier movies with my friend Haley, and like, dear God, like, the first one is
messed up, which is also why I haven't checked them out.
I mean, the first one is just trash. Like, it it's really badly filmed. Like the acting, the script is horrible. The first one's just a vessel to like show off some cool gore special effects, and it's like intentionally like as nasty as possible. It's not supposed to be like a good film, you know. It just is what it is, and I hated it because it's like without a hint of irony, I mean this sincerely. The first Terrifier movie looks like porn. It looks like a porno, and it's that fucking bad. Like at times I questioned if I just was watching porn. And then the second one was like trying to channel more of that like classic slasher movie vibe. Like it had the synth music, it had that like film grainy like late 70s, early 80s look to it, which I thought was pretty cool. Reminded me of Nightmare on Elm Street. And I liked Terrifier 2 quite a bit, and it was super shocking and nasty with the gore. And then the third one just went overboard into, like, not only being extreme with the gore and the violence, but, like, extreme with the tragedy. Like, Terrifier 3 begins with the clown just fucking axe murdering an entire family, like, husband, wife, and 2 children. And it's just really upsetting to watch. It's just like this woman wakes up to her husband being murdered right in front of her. And she reacts the way a person realistically would, and she goes to warn her children, sees her children already dead, and then she freaks the fuck out even more and then gets killed. And the whole movie's like that. It's just like watching people go, no, please don't kill me, oh my god, please, I'll do anything, and then they get killed in the most painful way possible.
That's what I don't get about like a lot of the horror media and stuff, or even just like thrillers and like action stuff. It's like so much of it is just people like crying and like being loud.
But it's not like that's not most horror in my experience. Like I like movies like Friday the 13th and stuff because the kills are just quick. You get to see a cool special effect and then it moves on to the next one, and it's not a character you give a shit about. Terrifier like goes out of its way to do like what the Saw movies do, where you do just watch people suffer and cry for like prolonged periods of time, and I hate that. I have too much empathy for that.
Even more so than like horror movies, just like a lot of thrillers are like a build up to a moment. Like every episode feels like a build up to a moment where a woman is going to like very loudly cry.
Yeah.
Like I noticed this just because my parents watch all of the like prestige TV shows and shit, and like
melodramas.
Like overhearing it all, there's always gonna come to a point where you just hear a bunch of gunshots and women crying, and then like, and I would always just be like, I don't want to hear that. Like, and you know they listen to everything loud as fuck, so it's like the whole house you're just saying, caw, 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 and I'm, you know, like why is this? How is this a good time? Where's the fun shit?
Yeah. Crystalline Foss says, I just watched Terrifier 1 and 2 recently. I like when it's silly, but I don't like the torture porn, so maybe I'll stay away from the third one. Yeah, that's why I like 2, because 2 was much more silly. Like, 1 was like, it felt unintentionally silly, 2 was more comedic, and with 3, they definitely went darker on purpose with it. I mean, it's not all like there's... it's not always like serious. I mean, there's still like... The clown like shoves a chainsaw in a dude's butt, and there's like a close-up of the dude's like entire groin getting like sliced up with a chainsaw. It's pretty stupid. But yeah, no, there's the more just like tragic elements to it that just make me feel depressed. I'm like, yeah, the special effects are neat. I'm going to be imagining myself and my loved ones in these scenarios, and it's not gonna feel good.
That's why I dislike The Boys so much, is that like, I mean, that even the very beginning of like the guy getting his girlfriend run through by a superhero, like just that idea has always stuck with me of like, yeah, you never know what's gonna randomly just like kill somebody you care about, and this show is giving you like the most horrible way you could imagine it happening. You know, like constantly. But more than that, it also has trained me that when I'm watching anything and like the dramatic music starts swelling and you get to like where there's gonna be a tension pop, I'm just expecting someone to explode always. Like it doesn't matter what I'm watching. I'm like, oh, are they gonna like really take a dark turn and make this person like explode? Like, you know, like that's just now my constant expectation.
Yeah.
So, and like I'll imagine it happening. Like I'll hear dramatic tension and I'll be like, oh, what if this person explodes? You know.
Oh my god.
Rewired my brain, but and I think it's just because like dramatic storytelling never tried to be that dark historically. Like, it was never trying to put you in the mindset of anyone could explode at any moment, you know? But, like, I called it, I've been meaning to make, like, a video about this at some point, that I think the modern era of dark media, I call it hyper bleakness, where it's just like we've come to realize like how fucked reality can be, that it's hard not to think about it sometimes, of like, even if I'm not living with anything really that dramatic going on in my life, I know that the possibilities are out there of all these horrible things. So like,
Yeah.
you become obsessed with that and you start making stories about it. God damn, I need to get water. My voice just completely fell apart all of a sudden. But yeah, like, it'll those kind of things just put the wrong expectations into my brain about like what is going to happen in reality, when, like, you know, realistically in my life probably nobody will explode all of a sudden. I hope.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just, you know, some horror is cozy, some horror is funny, some horror is just disturbing, but in, like, I don't know, like, that, the thing that pulls me, like, what draws me to horror is that I am intentionally visiting that uncomfortable feeling in, like, a safe, controlled environment where I can turn it off if it gets to be too much. But some things are just, they just go too far, and it's like horror ceases to be enjoyable to me when it becomes a thing that keeps popping up in my brain forever after I've seen it. Like, oh, this has unlocked a new, like I can feel, while watching Terrifier 3, I could feel my brain expanding and, like, downloading the DLC of, like, this exists in my brain now. This is a thing that could happen to me if a deranged maniac wanted to do it. It's like that kind of level of, like, it's painful. I feel myself taking the psychic damage. That's when it stops being fun.
Felt that way watching all of Hateful Eight also. God,
really?
That movie is so uncomfortable.
I haven't seen it in a long time. Last time I watched it, I was with friends, and I think I had stayed up, like, all night the night before, and we started watching Hateful Eight around, like, 6 p.m., so I started to, like, fade a little bit, and I think I fell asleep for, like, 30 minutes.
You can pay attention to that movie in that state. It's so, like... It's just non-stop tension build, basically, for 4 fucking hours.
Yeah. The whole first half hour just completely missed me. I, like, passed out for a bit. That was a funny night. I remember, like, staying up till, like, I think around 9 p.m. My friends and I were playing Halo 4. And then, I guess one of them killed me in the game, because I started going, like, ah! And they're like, wait, what happened? And I was like, I don't remember. Like, that's my sign I need to go to bed.
I'll be back. I'm gonna grab some water and take a pee.
Okay. Gary always said, yeah, not my jam, not a horror guy, but Weapons was interesting. Yeah, Josh and I watched Weapons together. I quite liked it. I wouldn't say it was like it didn't blow me away or anything, but, like, it was pretty fucking solid. I enjoyed the whole mystery aspect of it. Josh was really disappointed. He felt very let down by the twist at the end. He thought it was stupid. But I was fine with it. You know, I just feel like with things like Josh is more plot oriented, or he's like, he wants things to literally be, like, more creative and interesting and take things in a direction he hasn't seen before. Or I'm more like, I just, like, does it, like, what does this movie mean? Does it have something interesting to say? You know, like, the actual events that happen in it, like the physical plot points, are not as interesting as, like, what is being presented, what thoughts and ideas. Probably sounds super pretentious, but I feel like that's not, like, an uncommon thing to feel. It's just different tastes. Look! This is the stinky boss fight. This one sucks. Begonia. I've actually not heard of that one. What is Begonia? Favorite part was when Thanos stopped Wong from killing the Silver Surfer. The prehensile pussy boss fight. Yes. That's what's happening. I mean, at least this one's easy. If this boss fight was bad and hard, I'd probably rage quit. I probably wouldn't have become such a big fan of this game. If there is a way to sequence break and skip this piece of shit, I would love to know. I'd love to know that she... Oops. Give me those missiles, bitch. There we go. Plant vagina. Okay.
I'm back.
Begonia is about a red-pilled conspiracy nut abducting and torturing a crazed billionaire played by Emma Stone. Interesting. Yeah, I've not heard of that one. I'm interested now. I haven't watched it.
For all of you who are now watching, since we explained this before you got here, we did have to restart the game.
Yeah.
We lost the save file. It disappeared into the ether somehow.
Yes, emulator is stupid.
Dumb.
Business.
Business as usual. I resolved, Krona, that on this stream, I'm going to explain to you hip-hop history.
Uh-oh.
This way, maybe I can get you in the door of understanding hip-hop.
But you've been doing that. But you've been doing that the entire time we've been streaming. And I can only half pay attention because I'm playing a game.
Well, it's okay. You will subtly absorb this information, and then one day, you'll hear it again, and you'll understand it for real.
Ah, but I like talking about corny horror movies.
I've already run out of the corny horror movies I know, I think.
I can fix that, don't worry. We'll watch the Nightmare on Elm Street series together.
I've seen
even the stinky ones.
Well, I've seen Freddy vs. Jason.
That one's pretty funny.
And like little bits of the other movies, mostly because Freddy vs. Jason opens with like a montage of other Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
Oh, like, yeah, that was epic.
And I think I've seen Jason in New York, which mostly takes place on a boat and not even in New York.
Yeah. That one's pretty big.
And Jason X. I think the only ones I've seen are Jason X, Jason Goes to New York, and Freddy vs. Jason.
Oh, no.
Out of either one of those guys.
It's funny.
Definitely not my aesthetics, if I'm being honest.
No, not at all. I fell in love with the Nightmare movies because I started watching them when I was like 13, so it was like the perfect age where they could be like scary still, but not like overwhelming.
Whenever you say Nightmare movie, like I have to in my head go like, oh yeah, Corona means Nightmare on Elm Street, because in my head that means Nightmare Before Christmas.
God damn it. The Fredward Kruger's legacy had been besmirched. Nah, I like those movies. The third one's the best one because that one takes place in a psych ward.
I've seen the very end of the third one where like a daughter like lights him on fire, right, or some shit.
That happens in a few of them.
I see.
That's the first one where she like lures him into the real world and then lights him on fire and he falls down the stairs. In the third one, they tried to bury his remains because they find out he was never like properly buried. So like, oh, we can end the curse by burying him. And then he's like, while he's fighting them like in the dream world, he goes, "I'll be right back," and he disappears. And then his fucking skeleton like reanimates itself, and it's like stop motion. It starts fighting the guys who are trying to bury it. It's so awesome. The Friday the 13th series just sucks. Like, they're awful. They're so much worse. They're also fucking boring. Like, they're mostly filler. I don't know if it's the first or second one, but one of those movies has like 5 minutes uninterrupted of a girl just being bored by herself in a cabin, so she like sets up a board game of like Sorry. There's like I think she makes a pot of coffee. It just like shows her making a pot of coffee, like unedited.
A slice of life scene like a fucking anime.
It's so fucked up. It's just waiting, or it's just being in a waiting room until some murder happens. Just a movie you look at your phone through.
I definitely feel like I have a strong need to see like a movie or show that really like hits resonates with me. It's been like a while.
Yeah.
Like I haven't, especially something new. Like I've looked at some old stuff that's been pretty good, you know, or been like interesting. The last thing I watched that like really struck a chord with me was Cloud Atlas, and it was like so much to digest that my feeling about it was like, well, I'm gonna have to see that a few more times before I can really say that like I totally, you know, get what this movie was exactly. Like it's got tons of themes, tons of stuff that happens in it, but like it's told in such a like bizarre way that it takes a really long time for you to like really grasp what you're even watching. And then like, you know, it's sat in my brain where now like I've watched videos about it and stuff and kind of organized it in my mind, so I feel like I remember it. Like I feel like I understand it better in my memory than I did actually watching the movie. Like coming away from it, I was like, what the fuck did I just watch? And then like once I'd thought about it for like a while, I was like, okay, that was good and interesting, but it was also like a very uncomfortable movie because it's super unpredictable. Like the whole time you're just like, what is, you've no sense of like knowing what's gonna happen ever. And it's like 3.5 hours or some shit. Like it's a really long movie. It feels longer than it is. It feels like you live a whole fucking lifetime in the span of this goddamn film.
Yeah.
One of those movies that is like built to induce ego death. Like it's almost like a challenge. Like,
Yeah.
see if you can hold on to your sense of self through this like nonstop barrage of concepts and ideas. And like the dialogue is just full of aphorisms. Like people are always just saying like a thing. Like, you know, almost every piece of dialogue is like this could mean 5 different things. It could apply to all these different contexts kind of feel. So it's just super dense.
It's so dense. Every frame has something going on.
It really is. It really is that dense. It's the kind of dense that I think Lucas wanted his movie to be, but he just like filled every pixel of the frame. He was like literal visual density.
For those who just joined, B was talking about Cloud Atlas.
Yeah, I've never seen Inland Empire, but yeah, Cloud Atlas is crazy. And it's also like really violent in like unexpected ways because it's a very sincere and heartfelt movie. So like, but it has 6, like it's basically like 6 different movies interlocking each other, and all of them are in a totally different genre, time period, and set of characters, but the characters are all played by the same actors. So like in each movie it's the same actors but playing totally different characters, and whether or not there's any real connection between the stories is totally for you to like determine on your own as a viewer. It's a real like scavenger hunt of a movie. It's probably the closest that a movie I've seen has felt to playing a video game in terms of how much you can like watch it and get to the end and feel like there was a lot I needed to go back and do. You know, like there were side quests in this movie that I am not sure I finished. Like that's kind of the vibe.
I always
I need to watch more Wachowski stuff. I've seen all 4 Matrixes and have Bound on DVD, and my dad took me to see Speed Racer when I was little.
Based.
Yeah, I've seen Bound is their first movie, which is really good. It's a lesbian crime thriller that oh Jesus, I'm suddenly being called by Bird on Discord.
Womp womp.
This is strange. Oh, hold on. Let me call him on phone.
Okay. Okay, can't recharge my super missiles. That's kind of stinky. There's an underrated aspect of this game's challenge, the fact that these recharge stations are like kind of spare, not like they're not everywhere. Basically every Metroid after this one just like refills your health and ammo at every save point. They neutered it. They neutered my video game. I'm not wholeheartedly against like games being easy. Like I'm not like, oh, I need a good challenge for a video game to really excite me. Like it's not necessary, but it does make me a little sad when like games that are supposed to have some challenge, it's like, I don't know. Like all friction gets removed from a game and there's just like, I don't know. Like I want some satisfaction. I want to feel like I accomplished something at all. Thinking about that because of the new Dragon Quest remake coming out tomorrow. Like I played the Dragon Quest 3 remake and it kind of shocked me how like if you don't play on hard mode, if you like die, like you party wipe, it will just let you restart the encounter with no consequences. Which is crazy. Just died at the same boss fight like 30 times, but it's okay. Fuck you, Kraid. Got him. I'm also generally not a fan of how a lot of modern games make a hard mode something you unlock. I mean, that's kind of cringy. Oh, you beat the game, now you get to play. Well, I guess that's not really a modern invention. That's been a thing for like 30 years now. Now I think about it. I can think of a couple Game Boy games that did that. I'm just in favor of more options. That's all I want. Just more options so that more people can cultivate the experience to be the way that works best for them. Make a hard mode, make an easy mode. At least Dread is really hard on its own. Yeah. Yeah, Dread surprised me with how steep its difficulty got in the last third, particularly the last boss fight, the very end, is crazy. Had to like memorize that motherfucker's whole moveset, and he still kills me sometimes. Made my wrist hurt. And I have beaten Dread on hard mode as well. It's super fucking fun. Most of the time I just want to casually blitz through it though. Tend to stick to normal mode, but not all the time. Probably do normal mode when we stream that one, because yeah, streaming takes up, like, it's like my brain has limited RAM and a good portion of it is dedicated to playing the game while the other portion is dedicated to talking, and that, yeah, streaming and playing hard games is not not something I'm confident I can do. Which is why I suspect we'll be doing the Soulsborne series at some point, because those games aren't hard. I could totally talk and play those games at the same time. All of them. Even Sekiro. Especially Sekiro. Sekiro is the easiest one. I think at this point the only ones that really make me use my brain are Demon Souls and Dark Souls 2. I have high jump. And I have Varia's suit. I should go down. The only part of Cloud Atlas I saw was the yellow face. Oh no. Ugh. Was shocked just how grindy Demon Souls is. Yeah, every time I play Demon Souls, I always want to play it with the Uchigatana, which I think you need like a certain you need to meet some stat requirement for it that's like fairly high. So I just every time I start a new run of Demon Souls, I do some fucking power leveling in the Shrine of Storms. Like I just kill the first several enemies in that area like a bunch of times, so I can wield the Uchi, which is in the same area next to the giant archdemon.
I'm back.
I was talking while you were gone. I was talking a little bit about how I like it when games let you kind of customize the experience to your liking, and I find it annoying when they like limit your options. It's like
what's an example of a game that limits your options annoying? Like Pokemon?
I guess Pokemon. I don't know. Just games that are like you have to unlock hard mode by beating the game once, or like I don't know. Yeah. It's like people make argument like sometimes just having the options to make things easier can like make a game like that affects the experience, like that changes it. I was thinking about this because the Dragon Quest remake comes out tomorrow, and I played the Dragon Quest 3 remake, and it was cool, but like they added all these new difficulty settings that weren't there in the old one, because the old one was pretty hard. And when I play on normal mode, if I like party wipe in a boss fight, the game will just ask me like, do you want to try again? Like, do we want to just restart the encounter, or do you want the normal penalty for dying? Or do you want to reload your last save? So it's like, what consequence do you want, basically? Do you want no consequence at all, or like, Yeah. It's like there are pros and cons to each of those options, but in the old game, you didn't have those options at all, so it's fundamentally a different experience with less friction between the game and the player. And I don't know if I like that or not. It's like, maybe it's not really a good or bad thing, it's just like different, but yeah, just stuff like that makes me feel weird. And it's nothing new. Like, for a second I started to blame it on how like modern games are just generally trying to be more appealing on a mainstream level, and I thought about it for 2 seconds and I was like, no, old video games let you like change the difficulty a little bit too. It's just older games usually weren't that blatant about it. Like, it wasn't a menu option. Like, fucking
it's just a matter of like ingenuity and technology, really. Like, I don't think it was ever the intention to limit the audience of the games in any way. Like, I don't think any game developer has ever been like, I'm gonna go out of my way to make this like not playable to casuals. Like, they're just thinking, how do I make a fun game? And like, I think people over like was something like Dark Souls, where people are like, why isn't there an easy mode in Dark Souls? It's like, how would you make it? Like, how would you like?
There is an easy mode. You just have to grind.
Kind of is. It's just a matter of knowing what. Yeah, it's just a matter of like, if you know what to do to make the game easy, it's a knowledge game.
Yeah.
That is the nature of the game. So like,
just knowing what to do completely changes that game.
So it's like, if there was a mode where like all the enemies have lower health or whatever, then it's like the level of overpowered you would get once you figured out what you were doing would be like, there would be no game anymore. Like, you're already overpowered if you know what you're doing. So there's no sense in making an even easier mode. But what you really need is just a strategy guide. Like, if you suck at video games, play it with the strategy guide. Like, then you'll be good.
I mean, sometimes it's like games with twitch reflexes and stuff, which I thought about Mario 3. Mario 3 is a good example, where that game is like generally hard as tits. But I think Miyamoto went on record saying something about this. Mario 3 is built with like, less experienced players in mind. The game showers you with power-ups and items that you can use before starting a level.
It's still hard as fucking balls, too.
Well, that's the other thing, is they included an item that's a fluffy cloud that literally lets you fly over and skip a level that you don't like. And there's the warp whistle, too, which is like just in place of saving your game. They just put a secret item that lets you skip shit, which is funny.
Zink says, I don't know if you guys saw FD Signifier request a Team Cherry make an easy mode in Silksong because he's 42 Lamau. Well, and the other funny thing about that is that, like, a lot of the, like, really hardcore guys are also older guys. Like, because they grew up where games were hard and they're used to it being hard and they don't want games to be easy. So, like, a lot of the guys who complain about games being too easy are the older dudes.
Yeah.
in particular, like, so there's a couple of arguments I've heard that both intrigue me. Not to say that I agree with them. There was this one guy, I can't remember his fucking name, but he was like a really aggressive, like gamer bro journalist before the Gamergate era. So it was less like politicized, but he was definitely like, get all these weak little, girls out of my gamer chair type thing. But he had this really interesting article about the
Jesus.
arcade mentality towards games, and about how like what's kept arcades alive in Japan versus America is the mentality towards continues. Where like in American arcades, people have this like feeling of, oh, I want to be on the game for as long as possible, so they keep continuing and putting more quarters in. But ultimately, you get diminishing returns from that. Like if you're not getting better at the game before you continue, then you're gonna die pretty much right away because you still don't know how to do that part. You're not any better, basically. And so if you keep putting quarters in, then not only are you getting diminishing returns, you're getting less bang for your buck, but also you're taking time away from the people behind you. And like Americans have a hard time being convinced they should do something for the sake of the community like that. And so it's always been presented like, oh, the Japanese are so polite. They're getting in, they're stopping as soon as they die and letting the next person go on. But it's not just about that. It's about if you watch other people play before your next attempt and you take time between your attempts and you go through all the stuff again that you've already done, you will get better. You will make it farther, and ultimately you'll get more bang for your coin, So it actually makes sense to fully restart the game and for the game to be like, the game is hard, yes, but if you are concentrated on beating it, and you are patient with it instead of trying to rush through it and keep pouring coins into it, you will get the gratification eventually of getting better at it.
Yeah.
I thought that was an interesting point, and it did convince me to, like, when I play arcade style games, basically if I have to continue, I usually just run out the clock and start over, because you will legitimately just, it's also like more fun to go back through the start of the game being better. Like, it's just a good feeling to be like, well, I've already mastered the first level, and I can do it without even getting hit now,
That is my favorite feeling. It's part of why I love old video games so much and why I play them all the time. It's because there really is just a fundamentally different satisfaction that comes from those than what we get in a lot of video games now. And that feeling of accomplishment of like just doing it over and over and over again until you finally get the hang of it is exactly what made Dark Souls so popular in the first place. Which is why it's funny that those games started to compromise and become more and more like convenient over time. Like I want to say starting like Dark Souls 3, I think that was the first one that like asks you at the end, like, do you want to start New Game Plus now or later? And that was like, and that's also the one where they put a bonfire like every 10 feet. Like every time you kill a boss, a new bonfire spawns, and there's like 2 of them right next to each other. It's like, all right. It's like, I get it, because like it is a pain in the ass, but like, and like once you get to like game 7, like whatever, like Elden Ring or something, it's like, okay, like Dark Souls already exists. I'm okay with this now. We can
I definitely
make these
think
more
Dark
convenient.
Souls 3 was like the fan service Dark Souls that was meant to be
for
like, if you wanted to have the shortest possible like fun ride through because like Dark Souls 1, I feel like people still consider it a better game, and a lot of people have played it more because there's more you can do, like there's just more openness to it. But 3 is like just the satisfying version. It's like if you are one of those people who's played Dark Souls so many times that like it's more of an arcade game that you throw on and beat in 2 hours, like Dark Souls 3 is like the most fun arcade game, out of the Souls games, at least in my opinion.
Dark Souls 1 is the most fun until you get to Ornstein and Smough, and then you have to slog through a couple of shitty parts before you can get to the DLC where it gets really good again. Fucking boring ass Duke's Archives. Boring ass Lost Izalith.
Lost Izalith sucks.
Fuck the Catacombs also. Tomb of the Giants is atmospheric. It can stay, but fuck the Catacombs. I always have to Google the weird, like, secret route that lets you skip it. I always forget how you do it. But yeah, I've said before, I just am in favor of just more options so that more players can like cultivate the experience they want to have. But like, I don't know, when it gets to be like, I feel like you shouldn't. Well, I don't know. I have like mixed feelings about it because some
I'll
games
say
will let
this
you just
too.
adjust.
I think that there's games that are made to be for games that are made for like gamer brain people and games that are made for like people who just want to play a video game.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like the difference between Android and Apple phones, where like uh you know, if you're like really somebody who uses your phone, like it's something that you're going to be doing things on, like it almost feels obvious to pick Android unless you're specifically using iPhone's apps, because like you could do anything on an Android phone. It's like a programmable computer, you know, it's just a little computer. Whereas like the iPhone, there's only specific things you can do with it. But if that's all you need for it to be able to do, then it's the clear choice because it's so much easier to do those things
Yep.
on that phone, you know. I use iPhone just because all I use it for is the camera, practically speaking.
Yeah.
And like, you know, looking at Blue Sky and Instagram and fucking Discord. But like, I just like the way that the camera looks and feels on the iPhone more than on any particular Android phone I've used. And so, like, I've owned Android phones because I was of the mentality of like, oh, I want to be able to, you know, play emulators on it and do this and that. And like, I just don't. Like, I don't use the fucking thing enough to justify it. So, like, I understand all the reasons, and Android is like a conceptually better phone, but I just want the streamlined experience. You know, I'm never gonna get a virus. I'm never gonna get like a problem with the phone. It's just gonna do what an iPhone does.
Yeah.
And so with video games, I think there's games that are like, aside from that article I was saying about arcades, another interesting person I talked to once was when Bird and I were doing our job in 2023, where we were going around scraping the hours off of bank windows and replacing them, like the vinyl lettering. And one of the banks that we turned up at, this guy was playing like, I don't remember what kind of instrument it was. I don't think it was an ocarina, but it was something similar to one. And he was like playing like a lute, basically like a little woodwind lute out, and as a security guard standing outside this bank. A lot of Bank of Americas have security guards outside of them. So it just so happened that I was wearing my Legend of Zelda jacket at the time. And when we got out of the car, the guy had said something like, "Oh my God," you know, and I just didn't know what he was talking about. This was in Kansas City also. So in the middle of the Midwest. And like, as we're sitting there working on the windows, I start realizing that this guy is like playing on his little flute thing, like something that sounds familiar. And then he starts playing a song from Ocarina of Time. And I'm like, what the fuck? I think he was playing like Saria's song or something. And so I'm like, is that Ocarina of Time? And he was like, I was wondering if you would notice. And he said the other song he'd been playing was some other game song, but like a way more obscure video game song. And basically he's asking me if I've played, this was around when Tears of the Kingdom had just come out. And he had played it and he was talking about it. And he was like, now that game, they gave me too much power in that game. Now I'm an old school gamer. And basically what he was saying in so many words was that in the old days, games were made for like engineers. That like video games were meant for people who were going to experiment and like do all kinds of crazy stuff inside the game world. And that like that Tears of the Kingdom was the first time he had felt in like forever that, you know, like a mainstream video game actually gave you that level of you know, control.
Yeah.
And when I think about that kind of game, like engineer-brained games, there's this one channel. He's kind of like a meme edgelord, so I don't know if I would recommend him to everyone. But this channel called Seth Zintak, who does like, he does funny videos about like usually like obscure RTS games and just like weird RPGs and shit that have like tremendous customization, like games where you can make truly insane scenarios happen. And he of course does that. Like every video is about him like finding the most ridiculous scenarios that he can make happen in these games. And when you see those games, you're really like, wow, I didn't even realize video games like are this deep, you know, like because the deep games are the games that choose to be deep as like a point of what they're doing are unfucking fathomably deep, but they're not popular because most people aren't looking for the deepest game where anything can happen, you know, like
Oh my god.
they're looking for a game where something fun happens that is relatable and everybody gets the same experience so we can all talk about it together, you know.
I might actually beat this game sooner, because I just realized I accidentally did a sequence break. I completely skipped Crocomire and got the power bomb somewhere else.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's the power of Super Metroid. And this is a great example of a game where you can customize the experience if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
So
definitely one of those games where if you play it just one time and you're like, I don't get why everyone likes this so much. It's like, play it one more time. Just one more time. You'll get it.
I feel like if you can make it to the end of Super Metroid, you've got to be able to understand. I could definitely see people like getting stuck halfway through this game and being like, you know.
Meridia is a pain
like
in the ass.
If you can never figure out to like power bomb that one fucking underwater tank, that was something I had to look up.
Yeah.
I definitely did not figure that out on my own.
Same. That part's pretty fucked. Oh, wait, I don't have the fucking grappling beam. Oh, wait, I might have fucked up. Where is the grapple beam?
Grab apple.
Gotta grab that apple.
Crab apple grabs.
I have an idea of where it might be.
Have you ever handled a record player?
A record player? No, I haven't.
You know how they work?
Not really.
It's basically like a record has like grooves indented into it that are, how would I put it? It's like a language of grooves. Does that make sense?
I mean,
like,
yeah.
Like basically the needle is just going over grooves, and based on how high or low the groove is like what sound it determines to make. I don't really know how the sound reproductions work exactly. Like, I was thinking about this earlier today, just how like radio technology is the craziest shit in the world. Like the fact that it works is insane.
Yeah.
Because this was like before digital technology, analog radio is just, okay, so like you are saying words and therefore vibrating the air, and this thing is catching that vibration on a string, sending that vibration through the string for like hundreds of fucking miles, and then it just comes out of a different, like a, you know, like the vibration just goes to like a cone, and then it's heard by you and it sounds the same. That doesn't make sense. Like, it's crazy. Rieli said record machines are sorcery. Yeah, exactly. And so like it's already crazy enough for me to imagine that like, okay, I speak into this wire and then it comes out the other side sounding the same.
Yeah.
That's already crazy. But then like somehow they programmed a box that I guess just has a bunch of sounds in it to then like interpret grooves and then put those sounds out. Is that how that works? I don't. Records are literal engravings of the waveform. Like, yeah, but like, how does the machine read that and then make the noise? Like, what is the machine doing that lets it make the noise? That's the crazy part to me. Like,
this is reminding me of when I watched a video explaining how VHS tapes work, and I'm just like, I mean, I watched all of that, and I'm just like, okay, something about magnets? I don't fucking know.
Lights, magnets, and mirrors or something.
Pretty interesting. I don't get it.
But yeah, so like with a record player, it's basically just you put the needle down on the record, it reads the grooves, it puts the sounds out. But because of the fact that it's just wherever the needle happens to be is what it's playing, if you pick up the needle and just move it back, you can keep replaying the same section over and over again. And so in the in the early days of like using turntables, like basically like records are not that necessarily that long, right? Like, if you see like the full size records that most people know today, because almost nobody buys singles anymore, which are little 3-inch. Nobody buys 3 inches anymore, but like the full size records are like 15 minutes a side, so you have to flip it over. Maybe it's 20 minutes a side. It's like a 45 minutes is what you can fit onto a regular sized record. So it's like 20 minutes or so per side, and therefore if the record is, fucking 80 minutes, then it's 2 different discs that you have to flip over halfway through each. It's a very involved process to listen to records, is basically what I'm saying. And because you can only fit so much on a record, if you were to throw a party, let's say, and you're trying to keep the music going, it's gonna totally kill the vibe if like you have to constantly flip the records over. So that's why they invented the turntables, where it's 2 different record players, so that as soon as one ends, you can just put the needle down on the other one and the music keeps going. And then you can swap out the other record, and it just means that you can keep music going constantly back to back. This making sense?
Somewhat.
Which part's difficult?
I don't know. I mean, it's just hard to imagine how that like physically works out, I guess. Oops.
So like imagine you're standing in front of a turntable that has 2 record players on it. Like you got the 2 records, and one of them is playing, the other's not. But as you can basically have your needle ready on the second, the one that's not playing. Like have your needle ready so that the second the record on, imagine the one that's playing is on the right and the one that's not playing is on the left. As soon as the one that's on the right finishes, you can immediately set the needle down on the one on the left so that it starts playing and there's no interruption.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That way there's not like, you're not waiting for yourself to flip over the disc. You just start playing the one on the left, and then you can replace the disc on the right while the one on the left is playing, and therefore keep, putting new discs on and going all night. Now, obviously, somebody's got to curate, like if you're throwing a party and you're trying to keep music going all night, you got to curate what music is there, which records are getting played. So this is what a DJ's job is. Like a DJ, a disc jockey, is somebody who has all the CDs and who knows how to use the turntable and who knows how to continually play songs back to back to keep the party going. And in the 60s in New York, there would be like big, Gary always said, I just realized that this generation has no idea why it's called a needle drop. Yeah, you literally drop the needle onto the record. Drop the beat, as they say. So in the 60s, you had these DJs using turntables, playing all this funk music and dance music and stuff, and throwing these parties, big house parties in fucking, I say house parties, but I'm imagining apartments. Big old apartment block parties in New York tenement buildings. And in this one part of New York called the Bronx, there was a guy called DJ Kool Herc. And DJ Kool Herc threw the flyest parties. Everybody wanted to come to his parties. And basically there are people who would break dance, and the break dancers, their favorite parts of the songs are when it cuts out to just the beat, like when it's just the drums, going crazy or whatever, because that's the part where you really just show off and like do your craziest moves. And so Kool Herc was the guy who figured out that he could just loop the drum break in a song over and over again, like just have two different discs of the same song on either side of the turntable, and then just keep putting the needle back at the start of the drum break on each one, back and forth. And that's how hip-hop was created. Like, the sound of hip-hop is literally just taking like a part of a song where it's just a drums going boom boom ta 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 boom ta ta boom boom ta 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 boom ta, and they're just looping that part over and over again so the break dancers can dance to it. And Cool Herc was doing this at these parties, and a friend of his would take the microphone and just like do shout outs and stuff and like say funny shit. And at one point, I guess the way the term hip hop came about was that this guy was making fun of a friend of his who was joining the army, and he was making fun of the way the army guys walk and going hip hop, hip hop, hip hop. And then he ended up doing that on the microphone during one of these parties, and now it's called hip hop. Do that hip hop thing,
Goddamn.
Hip hop, hip hop. So for the most part, this guy would just kind of say stuff. He would troll on the microphone and stuff, telling people like, "Oh, if you're driving a Chevy, your car's been towed," and that kind of, classic microphone pranks and stuff. And so yeah, this Cool Herc and his buddy were basically the origin point of hip hop. Now here's the thing. Other people who were at these parties quickly caught on to what this man was doing and started doing the same thing, and sometimes doing it better. In particular, there was a guy named Grandmaster Flash, who, as far as I can tell, is just like an autistic otaku type, who like became obsessed with the turntables because of Cool Herc, and like became the guy who figured out how to do all the stuff. Like, he was the one who saw this whole idea of we're gonna loop breaks and stuff, and went like, I'm gonna take this to a whole another fucking level, and developed all these techniques and technologies that would kind of establish what hip hop is. And then Grandmaster Flash put a group together of MCs, which are the Furious Five. So it was Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five were like the first like major hip hop act. But basically all of this was just house parties in the Bronx. It was just like competitive house parties. Like everybody's trying to be the coolest DJ or have the coolest dance moves or be the coolest on the microphone. And so gradually people started rapping. Like, they started just saying more, giving it more of a beat, turning it into what became rap. And basically over the course of the 70s, this whole... I think the first house party that, like, people consider the house party where hip-hop created to be from 1973. So basically, from 73 to 79, it was just, like, house parties. Nothing was recorded. There was no, like, hip-hop album. There was no hip-hop song, even. There was just dudes doing it at parties over literal DJ breaks, like, and then at some point, this record label called Sugar Hill was like, we're interested in this hip hop thing and getting recording going. And so they put together this group called the Sugar Hill Gang, and that was like the first recorded hip hop. And that was in 1979, and that was when it became like, okay, now it's a genre, now it's a thing people do. And then throughout the 80s it just like exploded into this whole cultural phenomenon of like, now there's fucking hundreds of guys doing it, by the end of the 80s. But that's the origins. Now you know how hip-hop came to be.
I know everything. I know everything there is to know. I'm a genius. God fucking damn it, I tried to jump. I have thoroughly forgotten where the grapple beam is, but it's fine, because I picked up like 100 upgrades on the way. And I got to hear about the history of hip-hop.
Yes. The very, very early history. The first era. To me, hip-hop can be broken into, like, the 70s is like the house party era, which is just, people hanging out in the Bronx for the most part. And then the 80s is like the recording artists, like people start branding themselves, people start trying to like, become like a pop sensation through hip hop. The first really big artists emerged, like Run DMC and Ice-T and NWA at the end of the 80s. And like going into the 90s was when you got hip hop stardom and the gangsta rap era, because NWA were the first ones to be like, yeah, we're talking about being gangstas and shit. Before that, it was mostly just like party music. It's just having a good time. Everybody's hip hopping, And then NWA were like, yeah, fuck the police coming straight from the underground. so like the 90s you had like the gangster rap era and also like the horrorcore era where like everybody started trying to be outspook each other and be like say the craziest shit they possibly could. Eminem comes out of this, of course. And then like the 2000s is when you get into the absolute pop era of rap where it's like you got guys like Diddy and like business moguls like trying to see how much money they can make off of this thing. Push it to the absolute limits. Pop rap, TRL rap, but also like the explosion of underground mixtapes and like stuff being pushed through the internet. Then you get to the 2010s and you got like meme rap, people just making up, you know, beats on their computer in 5 minutes and becoming famous. And now in the 2020s, it's all about TikTok and like whether or not you can create a cultural moment with your song, basically. Have I listened to Philadelphia by Freeway? I have not. I don't know Freeway. I'll have to look into it. "1981, there was already a white girl doing it," says Gary always. Yeah, so in my research on hip hop, I have found there's this girl called Terry B, I think is her name. And I think it was from 91, but she was signed to Eazy-E at like the start of the 90s. And she's not like at the time she was not terrible. Not, you know, like amazing or anything. She sounded like girl Eazy-E. But like she ended up marrying a guy who was like a heavy metal instrumentalist from Tennessee. So she moved to Tennessee and became a metal singer in this guy's band for like 20 years and then started rapping again pretty much because of Donald Trump, like to protest Donald Trump. So like all of her rapping is it's literally like if my mom was a rapper, like a 60-year-old white liberal lady, like, you know, complaining about Donald Trump, but it's like as a rapper, you know.
Epic.
Hold on, let me pull up some of her lyrics. She's not great, like she's okay, you know, she's a legend in a sense, but it wasn't my favorite discography that I've investigated. I'll say that. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna find her fucking Bandcamp.
Okay, fuck it, we're not skipping Crockemeyer. I'm too hopelessly lost.
This song is called Anti-MAGA Manifesto. "Now I'm the kind of woman that was built to last. I've kicked down doors, smashed ceilings of glass, honed my craft as I sharpen my skills from the west coast of Cali all the way to West Hills and Knoxville, no act or hyperbole. And I ain't the one you want to fuck with verbally. No, I won't agree to disagree or play nicely. I spit wisely, concise and precisely. A pro-democracy, childless cat lady, anti-MAGA cause that shit is shady. The women and the rights that we need to protect, raise fist and resistance in full effect." Yeah, okay, you know, it's not terrible, but it's very like, I'm an old woman rapping about how I don't like Donald Trump in 2025, 4, whatever. I think she put out that one right after his second like both of her recent rap albums were like, one was towards the end of his first presidency and the other was right after he got elected again. Yeah, I've basically been listening to any rapper over 50, any music they've made since turning 50. I've been listening to it as a project. What are you doing right now? What is the? Oh, you have to like wait for a.
Yeah. And wait
Did you just do it too fast, or?
Yeah, you can actually see like bubbles moving in the lava when Crockemeyer moves from the right to the left side of the screen. Which is pretty funny. his remains just crawl over here. Let me up there, 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 let me up there.
That he was of the Freeway rapper he mentioned. He was on Kanye's first album. They mentioned, I don't actually know. That Freeway was on Kanye's first album, which I have surely heard. I'm never been a huge Kanye fan.
For the best, I think.
Yeah, no, I'm very glad I was never that into him. 'Cause those people are suffering these days.
Oops. Yeah, I showed a couple of my friends his very funny music video. Fuck.
God, do you mean the one that I commented on, the had a reaction?
You know the one.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of options. I don't know if you've heard the one, I gave my cousin head, I gave my cousin head.
Nah, I mean the one with like the name that I can't say.
Yeah.
That show is unbelievable.
And now it's in my head again. And I only heard that shit one time. It was catchy. Fucking Dave Blunt's. He knows how to write a song.
That's what's so evil about it. I can hear it in my head now. God damn it. It's so awful.
I thought I was a Kanye fan until you found out he co-wrote all of his good songs. Yeah, I mean, I think Ye is legitimately a musical genius, but like he is also like not he can't fucking sit still. Like I cannot imagine Ye sitting down and creating an entire song by himself. Like he fills a room with guys who are incredibly talented and they hash out things together, and that's how his music is created, you know. And like particularly now he literally is like hiring Dave Blunt to just write shit for him, and like clearly not doing anything original. But I think a lot of guys who are extremely famous, like people underestimate how much it takes to make like a pop hit. Like how like you can never have no one's ever gonna like sit alone in a room and create a song that becomes the most popular song like 3 times in a row. Like it could happen once. You can have 1 or 2 like I just made this in my bedroom and everyone loves it, but like after a certain point you've exhausted your good idea, you know, and now you've got to work with other people and collaborate. And like I think what makes Ye so good as a producer is that he just does like the most obvious shit. Like he literally just does like big forward chord progressions like you would hear in pop and rock music, but he does it in a hip hop way. And like not a lot of people I think have had before him figured out how to make,
there it is,
you know, like a hip hop beat that just sounds like a huge epic pop song, or like a, you know, like a Journey song or something.
Just a small town boy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh,
we
full
made
fucking
fun of on the last show.
Awful fucking song. Worst song I've ever heard in my goddamn life. I want to kill that song.
But yeah, Ye he's really good with chords, chord progressions, and like just you know, nailing the basic building blocks of like a catchy good song, and then bringing in people who can take that and make it sound just as beautiful as it possibly could. But yeah, I think all the guys who can stay at a certain level for a long time, it's because they keep incorporating what, you know, what new people are doing into their thing. And some people really integrate, like the latest Kendrick Lamar album like owes a lot to just what people are doing in LA currently. Like other people who were popular locally Like, he kind of took the popular local sound and then blew it up to a bigger stage. And it's like, he wasn't doing that sound before. You know, like, there was nothing from Kendrick's catalog before GNX that sounds like GNX. But GNX has on it, like, 6 dudes from the area who were not, like, massively famous. They were just, like, popular local artists whose sound he is ripping off. And so he's putting them on the album so that those people will be cool with it, you know? Like, it's not gonna be, oh, you ripped off AZ Chike. It's like, he had AZ Chike on the song, you know? Whereas, like, Kanye or Drake are going to pay an artist to basically not exist. They're gonna, like, buy out your existence as an artist because they're like, you know, you could have a hit or two and you'll make millions of dollars, or you can come work for me for 10 years and be nobody and make tens of millions of dollars. And that's a really good deal if you're like that good of a writer that they want you for that, you know. Then it's a nice position to be in. But at the same time, you don't have any fame to leverage as soon as that person's career falls apart. You know, like, you need there to be famous people paying you as a ghostwriter, or else you disappear when they disappear, as we've seen with many of Drake's ghostwriters and signees and shit. Because what Drake would do is he would hear somebody who, like, is competitive in his sound area and then just immediately sign them and then do nothing for them. Like, you know, because they're thinking, oh, I'm getting signed by Drake, I'm you know, I'm definitely gonna be a success now. And it's like, or Drake's not gonna take care of you, and he was really just trying to, you know, get you out of the competition. It's also why a lot of people think he killed XXXTentacion, or was involved somehow. He definitely celebrated it. I've gone way out of depth for what Krona can conceive of at this point with this conversation. How's the,
I was just playing a video
going?
game. Were you saying something? I didn't notice.
I can't believe you've already got like six energy tanks in an hour and 20 minutes.
It's only been an hour 20? Okay, I'm not doing too bad then. Starting to feel a little bit, little upset
slow.
how long this is taking.
I see. You really were hoping for a 2-hour clear.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I just got a little turned around, made a little bit of a oopsie.
I gotta pee and I gotta get more water. I will be back.
Oopsie poopsie, I went the wrong way in Super Metroid again. It's a low-hanging fruit, but I do like just talking like the alien from American Dad. I feel like it's a good bit. It makes me happy. I like doing that voice. Even though American Dad is fucking awful. Just absolutely a terrible show. Just the poop shitty. I need to make a tier list of Seth MacFarlane projects. That'd be kind of funny. Like A Million Ways to Die in the West, F tier, Ted, C tier, Family Guy, C tier, The Cleveland Show, F tier. Notice how the grapple beam is kind of sneaky. It's a cool effect, you know, they couldn't do this on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Couldn't have a character, like, moving fucking diagonal and shit, like... Holy fucking... skills. You know, anytime I make a mistake in this game, I'm just gonna blame it on input lag, because emulators suck. I'm just too used to playing this the real way, the normal gamer way, on like a real Super Nintendo with a real controller. It's the only reason I'm screwing up right now, you know? Totally the controller's fault. Not the controller. This controller's actually pretty sick. It's the emulator's fault. Emulators are overrated. Why do you need old video games when you could just emulate everything? You have a computer. Yeah. Yeah, I guess technically I am playing it. I am playing Super Metroid right now. Is a fundamentally different experience, and it is worse than playing it on original hardware, but I suppose technically this is Super Metroid. I am playing it, so it's better than nothing. But, you know, I don't have nothing. I have the game. Okay, back on track. Finally fucking go to Meridia. The sneaky part of the game. It's not that bad, but I used to literally get lost every time I went to Meridia. Trixie having a harder battle against her bladder than any battle in this game so far. Yeah. I swear she has the tiniest bladder ever. She gets up to pee like 8 times per stream. It's pretty funny. Hi, Gino. Yeah, lost our save data for like no fucking reason. It's, I blame the stinky emulator. We're just replaying the whole game, but it's fine. It's a short game.
I just set a pizza in the oven.
Ooh. You should share. I want pizza. You can send my slice in the mail.
It's a Red Baron.
I like those.
Oh wait, no, it's not. It's a Lidl brand pizza.
I don't think I know that one.
You ever been to a Lidl?
Nope.
Lidl, whatever you want to call it.
Wow.
It's a cheap grocery store, similar to Aldi.
I see, I see. Yeah, we had Aldi's back in my hometown.
Aldi's nuts.
Look at all these sweet deals. I miss the Midwest. I got done with work today, and while I was walking across the parking lot to my car, I looked at the gray overcast skies, and I just looked around and just like took in all the like the noise and the traffic and everything, and I thought, this is really my home now, huh?
Where were you that you were like where you live doesn't have noise and traffic?
And like I'm not gonna say where I work, but like
Oh. I just meant like what kind of like or what kind of place were you at?
Pennsylvania. Not a county not the county I live in, but just like, I don't know, another county over. Just like not my favorite part of Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
It's just the closest fucking location for like it was like the most ideal for the kind of job I have. Which is to say, not very ideal, but my options were few.
Yeah.
I almost took a new job at that's like much closer to home, like maybe like 10 minutes away from my home, which would have been pretty cool because it like paid about the same, maybe slightly more than my current job. But I ended up not taking that one because like at the orientation type thing, where like they have like a big meeting where like all the employees show up and they give like a little like recap, like here's the way to do your job and have a good attitude and all that shit. During that like meeting, the like boss lady who I had interviewed with like a day prior, she like went around and like loudly announced all of the new employees to everyone. And then when she got to me, she said, "This is Krona. He's gonna be a new like person here." And I kind of like tapped on her shoulder and corrected her, and then she went, I'm sorry, and everyone laughed like it was a big funny haha, like, oh, you got that poor girl's, you know, you said the wrong thing.
Yeah.
But it like kind of deeply upset me. Like it affected me a lot more than I thought it would. It was just like I'm used to people getting it wrong sometimes. I actually just had that happen with my payroll guy the other day, where like it's like the 3rd or 4th time where he called me brother or something, and I was just like, Like the fucking manager was like right there, so just like, hey, can you like make sure he knows that I'm not a dude? Because that's really fucking awkward to talk to like your like I don't know. I don't want to talk to staff about my transness. I just want to go to work and go home, you know? It's like weird.
Sure.
But yeah,
It's,
just
it's
like
funny
having that.
how gendered some people like are with their like. There's some people who are very insistent on just like if they're talking to a guy, they're gonna call you bro constantly, you
Yeah.
know. And it's like something in their mind that just like reifying your gender to you is meant to be a comfort to you, or at least it's a comfort to them in some way. But like, yeah, it definitely gets weird. But it's just like
It's so strange.
because I've met some of those people, and like even if they know my gender and they are trying to get it right, they still cannot stop themselves but to say like bro because like it's just how they talk, you know. But like, it's not that they would say it if they thought. Like, it's not that they would say it to women normally. It's that it's just programmed into their brain. Like, see masculine face, say
Yeah.
bro. You know, like.
And like I understand that, and there's some more like hillbilly-ish type folk where I can tell it's not intentional, but like sooner or later it like wears on you, you know? It's like it gets to the point where I'm like, okay, like if you know, and it should be obvious because I don't look like this or talk like this by accident, you know?
Yeah.
I actually talk more feminine when I'm at work, but like it's just annoying. And the fact that this one lady did it in front of like the entire fucking staff that I had like never met before, I was just like, no, I'm out. And like as soon as, you know, people started like crowding around to eat lunch or whatever, I just slipped out and I was like, I'm done. I'm not fucking working here. So it's a good thing I hadn't formally quit at my other job. It's like, so the option was to either say like I'm officially not coming back and I'm starting this new one, or just, you know, not say anything, not take the new job. And it's basically that, just the choice between the old job or the new one. And it fucking, you know, a lady blew it and she blew it fucking hard. It was bad. I was so fucking upset. But you know, I can always tell when it's intentional and when it's not. And even if it wasn't intentional that one time, that was a case where it was so egregious that it's like I can't let that go. I would lose a bit of self-respect if I stayed at that fucking place, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I've had other jobs where like it was worse, you know? Like I've had jobs where, like for instance, I think 2021, like early 2021, I started to understand that I was transgender and was like fully wrapping my head around it for the first time. And I was kind of like, the people at my work seem kind of chuddy. I don't know if like I could transition and keep working here. And then while I was like just chilling, like on break at the fucking table or whatever, I only had 3 coworkers at this place. It was the boss lady and then the 2 other guys.
Yeah.
And they were just sitting around looking at their phones, and one of them goes, oh, I hear there's some churches that let in the LGBT people, or they let in transgenders. And the boss lady just kind of scoffed, went, huh, more like mentally ill. Oof. And yeah, so I was just like, Jesus Christ. So yeah, I got the boss lady like alone for a minute and told her like, listen, I can't work for you anymore and maintain my self-respect because I heard what you said in there, and I recently discovered that I am transgender, so fuck you. So I quit because I already had like another job I was looking at, and I wasn't sure if that other job would be accepting or not. But at that point I'm like, okay, well this one's like literally like Nazis. Like I don't want to work with these fucking people, you know? It was already a big red flag. 'Cause I knew they were like casually kind of racist, because I'd heard one of them say the N-word and like no one else batted an eye. I'm like, that's upsetting. Because yeah, this was like a trucking company based in the middle of fucking nowhere. But you know, if anyone wants to.
Instantly got the Weird Al transgender trucker song stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Driving a truck with my high heels on. Good old-fashioned trans humor from before when transgenderism was understood.
Transgenderism. Every time you say that, I just think I'm transgenderistic. It's like transgenderism. I don't think that's a word. I don't think that's real. Maybe it is a word now if people just say it enough times and it becomes culturally accepted. I guess it's a word now. Isn't it? I always thought of it as one of those things that like cis people say because they don't understand what they're talking about.
It's
Be like, transgenderism is a threat to is a threat to culture.
A state or condition in which a person's identity does not conform unambiguously to conventional ideas of male or female gender.
Transgenderism.
Although under that is online anti-LGBTQ hate terms defined. Transgenderism. Why is it? What's hateful about calling it that? I'm confused. I put an ism at the end and now it's hateful?
Well, the context matters, and for me, the first time I heard that word used was like Ben Shapiro talking about it, and like making it out to be like a religious doctrine that some crazy people believe in. Because that is generally how the right frames it, is that it's like, oh, this is just your weird fucking beliefs that you're forcing on us. It's like, no. Even my dad used to say, he'd be like, I have my religious beliefs and you have your transgender thing, and I'm like, dude, transgender stuff is based in science. There's like I went through a doctor for this shit. There's no science behind Jesus. That is not fucking the same. That's dumb as fuck. It's just ignorance. It's all just pure ignorance. Though a lot of it is willful ignorance, which is worthy of scorn. I do scorn people for their willful ignorance. That shit is cringe as fuck.
Big time.
It was like when we had that like willful ignorance. Like all the people who were like with all not the like right wingers, but like the liberals being like, oh, you're a horrible person if you don't think the death of Charles Entertainment Kirk was a tragedy. And we talked about that extensively during the Majora's Mask stream, and I was just thinking about that, and I'm like, oh yeah, remember how like that guy died like a few weeks ago, and now like no one talks about it or gives a fuck anymore.
Well, there's always a new thing.
America, baby.
Something's always happening.
I knew this would happen
in the past.
Everyone was talking about it like this is a new low. This is going to permanently like make things worse for us, and I'm like, like no. Like the fucking president got shot at last year, and no one talks about that anymore. Like everyone kind of forgot about it after a week. It's just some crazy shit happening all the time.
I was saying earlier that The Boys falls into a category of what I call hyper bleakness. There's a few other shows like Invincible I would put in that category.
Oh,
or
yeah.
like
I like that one
Game
more
of
than
Thrones.
The Boys though, because Invincible at least has some hint of optimism to it.
True.
I feel like it gets the whole like superhero angle right, whereas The Boys isn't even really trying to do that. Like Invincible is just like Spider-Man with gore. That's how I feel about it.
I definitely think that like we live in an age where it's like the possibilities of violence are so like massive and incomprehensible that like the only way to really communicate it is by just creating like the most bleak imaginable stories, and so that's why we've got this kind of hyper bleak era.
Yeah.
And I think that what really what brought it into the mainstream, because like even shows like The Boys already existed before this, but they started getting more popular, I think, after the Epstein stuff.
Oh, God,
like
yeah.
Just like all of us culturally learning that like undeniably like the country is run by pedophiles. Like Like it's not like a conspiracy theory. It's not like a thing weirdos say. It's like just common knowledge
It's just
now
real.
that like yeah, like rich people and like for me it made sense of a lot of things because like most of us think of money as like, well, I want to have more money because more money means more freedom, essentially, you know, like to do what I want. But like, you don't need that much freedom. Like, there's, it's not that hard to make more money than you know how to spend, you know, as an individual person. So like, the real reason to have like an unbelievable amount of money isn't because you're trying to buy a thing. It's that you're trying to buy a way of life. You know, like you're trying to buy the ability to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But like, whatever you want can't like is it, basically what I'm trying to say is the only thing that's that expensive is secrecy. You know, like
It's true.
So if somebody is literally trying to be a billionaire, then like it's because they're trying to keep something, you know, to themselves that is horrible and heinous that like nobody would want them to do, you know, and so they have to create an entire power structure around protecting their ability to do it.
I feel
And,
like that's part of it, but also like obviously predators are just going to go to places where predators are safe, but like I feel like part of it too is just that being like rich and powerful or rich and famous like just has an adverse psychological effect on people, and like the more rich you are, like the more you become just a horrible person because you can.
it definitely unlocks that like yeah, like your ability to do whatever the worst thing you could think of is, you know. Because I do think that a lot of people sit around thinking about what they would get away with if they were rich. You know, they think like, oh, if I had all this money, I would do this and that, and you know, I'd fuck off to, yeah, I'd globetrot, I'd do all this crazy shit. And it's like, okay, well, that's why you should not have money. You know, like hopefully you never make money then. But like, I also think that that's what keeps a lot of people from it is that like they know in their heart of hearts that like what they really want is not expensive. It's mostly what they already have. They just want to be able to have more freedom, you know. But like again, freedom is not that expensive, and also like most of what you will do to try to make money will take freedom away, and that you have to do these very specific things to make money. You know, like there's only so many things that we really can do to make money to like that kind of excessive degree. So you know, in a way, you become a prisoner of the game.
Yeah, I just feel like if I was like turbo rich and stuff, like when I fantasize about that, like if I just came into like millions of dollars or just like $1 billion or something, I'm like, okay, well, first of all my friends and family, all my loved ones would never have to like worry about being homeless or starving or having medical bills ever again.
Yeah.
Because I would just like buy that shit for them. And then, you know, like fucking lobbying for political things that are good and not evil, that kind of shit. But like ultimately, I feel like if I was turbo rich and had the freedom to do whatever I wanted, I would just spend a lot of my time playing video games and getting fat and like not not being a productive member of society.
You already play video games all the time. What would be why would the money contribute to that? I guess you wouldn't have to work a regular job. Or...
That's what I mean. Is like some people are like, oh, I need to work. I would not like. I can't imagine not having a job. I don't want to retire. I want to work the rest of my life. I'm like, you're fucking crazy. You're just brainwormed. You're like, that's insanity. Working sucks. Working fucking blows. Anything you could do with your time is better and more valuable than work. Work is fucking stupid.
I think that like the way that the human mind works, like I think people are very prone towards doing the same thing over and over again as long as it's working, you know, like, or as long as they perceive it as working, like, oh, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, so therefore I'm gonna keep doing it and I'll do it forever. And like that feeling of sameness is like empowering, you know, because it makes it feel like you're doing something. And like
for the first month of being like back to work, I started to slip into that comfort feeling of like, oh man, I don't have to like constantly rack my brain about what the next video is going to be. I can just relax for a minute and settle into the new job, you know. Now it's become monotonous again, but for a minute, like, I did feel that kind of security and comfort of, like, okay, like, normalcy, routine.
Yeah.
Finally. Now I'm at the point where, like, I would just rather quit my fucking job and do YouTube 24/7. Even if I only make, like, $50 a month, I would rather do that. Oh my god, this job is so fucking lame. It's boring. It
Probably
sucks.
make $50 a month.
Huh?
So you could probably make $50 a month.
Yeah, I make like 28 now, something like that. Off Patreon, I mean. Ugh. This part sucks. There we go. Yeah, no, I just, I'm not a fan of the grind. I do, like, I don't respect, but I was gonna say I have some kind of, like, I find it fascinating when you see, like, those videos of people who have lots of money and they like, have a daily routine where they're just, like, fucking jacked and, like, super healthy and stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
like, that's what you do with the money and the freedom? You just, like, get swole?
Yeah. Wait, that sounds like the perfect thing to do.
Yeah, I'm like, that, because I know I wouldn't be that person. I would not do that. Like, that's what I mean, is I'd be fat and lazy playing video games all the time. Have you ever seen those hilarious fucking videos where it's like a rich guy being like, this is a video about, like, what my daily routine is? Like, seen those? So those
I
are
don't think
always
so.
quite humorous to me. Because they'll make it out like they do a lot of stuff. Like, they're like, I'm just really rich because I'm so, like, smart and important and I do so much big stuff all the time. I'm so busy. I work so hard. And they'll be like, I wake up at 5 in the morning, and then I get in my Lamborghini and I drive around and think for a few hours, and then I drive home, I check a few emails, I eat a balanced breakfast, I take a shower, I eat a banana, I rub the banana on my face to exfoliate, then I check a couple more work emails, then I watch Netflix and masturbate for the rest of the day. It's like that kind of shit. I get back in my car and I drive around in circles.
Literally nothing.
It's like a whole, like, schedule point by point, like at 7 a.m. My favorite is, like, I saw a video like that where the guy, like, actually jumped in, like, shows himself jumping in the pool at 9:05, like, landing in the pool at, like, 9:30, and then, like, rubs a banana on his face and all that shit, and then some guy, like, replied with his own, like, poor guy version of it.
I gotta
Where,
go get this pizza.
Look.
I'll be back. You can keep tell the chat the rest of that,
Yeah.
because otherwise it's a cliffhanger.
But yeah, the rest of that is that there's, like, a poor guy version of it where it's like 10, wakes up at like 10:30 a.m. and it's like 11 a.m. goes to the fridge for a bucket of ice cream, and then it's like 10:01 a.m. fucking, it's like sits down on the couch, and when he sits down he goes, ugh. He grunts loudly. That's my favorite bit. It's the most relatable. I cannot jump. This fucking sucks. Oh my god. Thread that fucking... That's what I mean by, like, input lag. This fucking blows. I still don't understand how. Like, sometimes I get to, like, high jump out of this quicksand, and then other times I don't. What the fuck? Like... I fucking hate this. I hate the grind so much right now because it's gets so little, it feels like I'm sacrificing my mind and risking so much for scraps, lol. Yeah, I feel that right now. Just thinking about that today. And, like, I don't even work that much. Like, I have, like, a part-time job. But I work, like, maybe, like, 6 hours a day. Like, 4 to 6 hours a day. And I still get, like, done at the end of the day thinking to myself, like, is this really what my fucking life is? Like, this is trash. Like, this is... It's just, it's so unjustified, you know? It's such bullshit. Like, the amount of energy and time that you, like, the amount of life you waste away for some, like shitty fucking company doesn't fucking matter. Like, not contributing anything meaningful to the world. I'm just like, you have to do that so you can eat food. You're a fucking peasant, like, working your ass off for garbage.
Like, maybe I can buy a video game once a month.
I'm letting that pizza go another 5 minutes.
God, this quicksand is like busted. I don't understand this.
Wait, you're still doing this. You're still jumping in this spot. What are
Yeah.
you trying to do
Trying to get
here?
through this fucking hole. It just doesn't like sometimes I can jump really high and then other times I fucking can't, and I still don't understand this part. Like I really do just spam the button until I get lucky.
Is this something you have to do, or is this
Yeah.
like a shortcut?
This is like the way that I go, I think. This is the way this is like the way I always take. It just doesn't usually take me this long to figure out how to do this part.
Is it possible to like shine spark up there?
It's
From
like really fucking hot in here too. It's pissing me off. Oh god. Is the heat on?
I guess her heater is somewhere else.
Ugh.
In the far off distance.
Yeah,
Ah,
Josh
look
left the
at that.
heat on, that's why.
Big heat.
It's the heat that's making me bad at video games.
Done been very, very cool. I don't know that you're bad or if this is like just
This part sucks.
this. Something seems wrong about this. This doesn't seem correct.
It's like sometimes I get the jump really high, and then other times no. No, it just doesn't work.
Mysterious.
It's like, am I
And
wall
there's
jumping off
no
the
other
quicksand?
way.
Is it a glitch? Like, how is it happening?
Big Metroid.
Yeah, what if I go the other way?
Super Metroid.
Fuck that.
Yeah, was there like originally an enemy maybe or something that could be like jumped on in this room?
Ah.
This is fucking nightmare inducing.
I'm literally fucking like,
literally you're going to have nightmares about this. I almost do you want we could save
Literally.
state and end it here and come back to this spot?
the save will just disappear again. It's not gonna work.
Well, last time you didn't save state. You did like an actual in-game save.
Like, I don't know.
Maybe a save state.
Usually when I use this emulator, like saving in game works, but save states don't exist when I close it.
Kamikaze Doga made Batman Ninja.
Oh,
It's the same style. Anyway.
He's watching the new Star Wars Visions.
Oh, I haven't seen any of
It's
those.
got a. They're pretty alright. The ones he's watching is from the same team that did the Ninja Batman movie.
I see. I haven't seen Batman Ninja either.
That is a fun one. I think you'd enjoy it.
Probably.
It's not like exceptionally great or anything. It's very like movie. Like you know, you need a cool little action movie. You got a cool little action movie. Batman's a ninja.
I like
He looks more like a Gundam than a ninja, but oh, that's my pizza redo time.
God. I have seen the face of God! Jesus is real! It's a miracle! It's a giga miracle. Literally just farted and cummed and shitted in my pants all at the same time. I don't have to kill myself after all, chat. We did it. I jumped up the thing. Ooh. I gotta wait on this guy. Fucking legs. Do the disco. Ooh, 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 ooh. You just get fucking slow. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like to be in Pennsylvania, like Pennsylvania traffic. And you're sitting at a red light, and the light turns green, and you're like, oh, I can go. And then all the cars in front of you just like sit there for an extra 5 seconds before they start going, and you're just like, you just want to kill them all. Yeah, but you missed it. I made it up the fucking hole, and then
Amazing.
I like screamed very loud, like I screamed like a gorilla with excitement. Now I have the spring ball. It was all worth it in the end. It was all worth it because now I have the spring ball, which means I can do this. Isn't it beautiful?
Would have made that jump a lot easier, that's for sure.
It's all worth it so we could meet the robot with the big legs.
Big legs.
Mega Leg. Does everyone remember Mega Leg? Mario Galaxy? That was a fun video game, right? It's a little overrated. I mean, I loved it. I played it at my grandma's house like every time I went over there, but like goddamn fucking Mario Galaxy is like the slowest Mario game ever, I swear. He is fucking like walking like a grandma in that game. He does not run.
One day I'll play a video game.
I'll get Mario Galaxy on Switch too, but it's a little expensive. It's like bummed me out. It's just Nintendo prices just bum me out all the time. They have been bumming me out since the Wii U died. They were like, oh, people actually like our new console? Everything is $70 now. Fuck you. Everything on the Wii U was $50 or less.
The economy has, changed. Inflation has continued.
It's not surprising, it's just sad.
If you actually run the numbers, like N64 games were more expensive. Like
Really?
proportionally, like yeah.
Goddamn.
And even NES games were more expensive.
To be fair, the N64 only had like 4 of them. Like,
4 games.
Yeah. Really. That console has an insanely small library. It would not be unreasonable to collect them all if you were an enthusiast. I think it's like 300 something. Like the PlayStation had thousands.
There's easily like a solid. There's got to be like a solid 20 good N64 games.
Oh, like good games?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We're talking like good games specifically. I would say there's probably like 20 to 25 really good ones worth playing. Because I have 17 right now, and I quite like them. I like all of them. And there's more that I don't have that I would like to have. Mario Party 3, Diddy Kong Racing.
Snowboarding?
Played what?
1080 snowboarding.
No, I have not. Is that one good?
I like it. I'm a big fan of the 1080 games. There's a N64 and a GameCube game.
It's fun. It's so difficult for me to like believe that any kind of game that's like just a regular guy doing a thing you can do in real life. Like I always imagine, oh, that has to suck, right? Like that's just ass. Like, play a soccer game. I'm like, oh, that's just butthole, right? But like, no, there are like legitimately good sports games and stuff, and it took me a long time to realize that. Apparently, like Mario Golf, Mario Golf on the fucking Game Boy is like an RPG. Did you know that?
Yeah, because it's made by Camelot.
It's insane. I need to get it now. I want the golf RPG.
It's an RPG, but it's like for babies. Like it is very, very like.
I like RPGs for babies.
It feels like Pokemon, basically. Yeah.
I play I play Mario RPGs. Those are really fun. Those are RPGs for babies.
I think how much fun you're gonna have with a sports game depends on the approach it takes. Is it trying to be like a simulation of the sport, or is it trying to be like a fun video game that the sport just like makes sense as a way to frame it? You know, like
Punch Out.
Yeah, exactly. Like not at all a simulation of boxing, but it is and like 1080 snowboarding is fundamentally an arcade game. Like it's more similar to other racing games, except that it's very what's the word I want? Like topographical. Like basically compared to other racing games, because you're constantly going downhill, you have to pay more attention to like the elevation of the slopes, like, you know, like finding the best spot to be going down, like the best angle to be going down is a big part of like navigating the levels and winning. So it's kind of a unique approach to a racing game that uses snowboarding really just as like I don't think it's in any way trying to simulate snowboarding as much as it's like, this is a cool mechanic. Snowboards make sense as a way to explore it, you know?
Yeah.
I've never played the SSX games, which are a lot more famous of snowboarding games and more like trick focused and Tony Hawk-esque.
Yeah.
But
Oh god, have I talked about
1080 is a lot of fun.
BMX XXX on the stream?
I don't think so.
It's like this game I have on PS2. It's really fucking bad. It's funny because it's like the idea of the game is that it's like a Tony Hawk like game, but on a bicycle, and it's like, you know, like open sandbox, like do tricks and shit. But like the theme of the game is that it's like, oh, it's so raunchy. Only you better be 18 years old to play this game. It's not BMX, it's BMX XXX. It's adult only. And it's just like you play as a character wearing a bikini, and like when you stroll past all the NPCs, they say like South Park dialogue at you. Just go like, bitch, cunt, and that's it's the kind of it's like GTA dialogue almost. And that game lives rent-free in my head because its soundtrack was so limited. It plays like maybe like 15 songs on loop, and it always the moment the game loads in always begins with the same fucking song. Do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing and everything all at once?
That was my first ever favorite song like, as a kid. It's incredibly good.
It's a great one, but it's so fucking funny for that to be like the song that plays when you fire up BMX XXX. Like, what the fuck is my life? Hear that song the billionth time.
As Rieli pointed out, also Mario Tennis is also an RPG.
Oh shit.
Because same team.
Nice.
It's the team Camelot made Golden Sun.
Oh.
So like,
okay.
they like the RPG feel of those Mario games is the same as Golden Sun. Like the same like type of music, the same type of like graphical overlays and stuff.
God damn. Need to play those, and then need to play Fortune Street, which I've heard is kind of like Mario Party but with Dragon Quest characters in it too.
Oh.
It's insane to me. Like Mario and Dragon Quest, okay. And I've seen the character roster, and it's like, it's so fucking random. It's just like 2 party members from Dragon Quest, like 4, 5, and 6, I think. It's just so random. I don't know. I would play it.
I'm looking at this list of good N64 games. I'm gonna see how many I can come up with. Or not even, I'm looking at a list of all the N64 games. Right? I'm looking to see how many are good.
Mario 64, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Donkey Kong 64. Just every game made by Rare.
You know,
there's like 6 of those.
I've never played any of the Army Men games.
Me neither.
Have you ever played any of those? I've never heard if they're like any good. They always seem to have like kind of middling reviews.
I'm sure I would have been
Banjo-Kazooie,
tempted to get them just for the green cartridge, but I already have Rayman 2: The Great Escape, which is also a green cartridge and a better game probably, so I'm fucking...
Got all 3 Bomberman games on the N64.
Need to play
which
those.
are great. Very solid games. All different.
So the 2 Zelda games, those are important.
I've heard some people defend Castlevania Legacy of Darkness on the N64 and say that it's an underrated game.
Why would they do such a thing?
A game that is not particularly underrated, Chameleon Twist. I have played it. It is fine. It's cute. It's a game to have grown up with and not a game to go back to.
Yeah.
Really, as it is.
That's how I felt about Gex. I had one of the Gex video games as a kid, bought it and replayed it as an adult, and I'm like, yeah, this doesn't hold up.
Same with Clay Fighter 63 1/3. That shit was mind-blowing to me as a kid. I was like, oh my god, they're claymation in a video game.
It looks like shit.
Shit. Conker's Bad Fur Day is overrated. We've already talked about that.
Yeah, there's just a lot of like 3D platformers that, like the big 3D platformer craze happened, but like so many of them control like butthole. It's really sad. Oh, yeah, have you...
Custom Robo on N64 never came out in the United States, but it's probably good.
You probably wouldn't give a fuck about this, but I just found out that like earlier this month they released like a updated version of Yooka-Laylee that's supposedly good now.
Huh.
And it's called Yuka Replayly, and I kind of want it.
Interesting.
Like,
They
what if
went
the
and,
new Banjo game was actually good? That's tempting. I like Banjo.
Diddy Kong Racing is one of my favorite games.
Of course, of course.
Great. Donkey Kong. You got Doom 64, which is like its own version of Doom.
Yeah, it's like a whole sequel, basically. Has its own place in the canon and everything.
Duke Nukem. Why not?
Mario Kart 64 is another one of those games where, like, played it as a kid and fucking loved it, and then played it as an adult. Like, with my stepbrother, both of us being like, oh yeah, Mario Kart 64! And then we played it together and slowly realized that we didn't like it at all.
Yeah,
This game
I can't
controls like
imagine.
ass. The fucking NPCs are, like, brutally, like, cheating all the time. You could see them teleport around the map.
Oh my god.
It's so bad.
Yeah, GoldenEye. That was obviously beloved.
Oh yeah.
Harvest Moon.
I can never get into GoldenEye. Like, even when you get the hang of the weird fucking controls, it's just like, I couldn't figure out what I was supposed to be doing. The missions were vague and weird. I kept dying.
I only ever played multiplayer. I don't think I ever once tried to play the single player in that.
I gave up on the single player because I realized every time you die, it makes you completely restart whatever mission you're doing, like from the beginning. And I was like, oh fuck that. And make it to the very
Always
end
heard
of
good
mission
things
2 and
about
die. And I'm like, ugh, I don't want to do that again.
I always heard good things about Jet Force Gemini, but I never played that.
I just bought it and haven't played it still.
Love Kirby 64.
Yep.
Obviously, Zelda.
Kirby 64 was pretty underrated for a time.
I think so too.
It was the era of people being like, oh, they should keep making like Superstar. This sucks. I'm like,
I was
no.
never totally in love with Mario Golf.
Haven't
Mario
played
Kart
it.
was fun. Mario Party, the first 3 are all on N64.
Mario Party
Mario
3 is
Tennis
solid as fuck. I quite like it.
Let's see what else we got here. Fucking Monopoly, Mortal Kombat 4, kind of a nightmare. Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero, a total nightmare.
I've seen the AVGN video about that one. That one's horrible.
Mortal
It looks
Kombat
really funny.
Trilogy, which was how I played those games as a kid.
I can't imagine playing a fighting game with an N64 controller. How the fuck does that work? Do you press like C left and C down for your kicks? Like, what the shit?
Yes. Yes, you do.
So many buttons. It's probably more similar to playing on an arcade machine, actually. Best Mario Kart is DS, don't at me. That one's really good. I think the best Mario Kart has to be 8, just because it controls buttery smooth and has the most content of any Mario Kart.
Ogre Battle 64 I've never played, but I'm sure is probably really good.
I was a little disappointed. I played that new Mario Kart, and they finally added like a retro track that I'd been wanting for ages, which is the Airship Fortress from Mario Kart DS. I'm like, I can't believe it took them this long. Finally, Airship Fortress is back. But then in the new Mario Kart, it's like all like gray and brown and realistic looking, and it's like, it kind of has none of its aura.
You got... I never played Perfect Dark. Always heard good things about that.
That's one that I bought
I never
and played
played-
one time, and then was like, it's like GoldenEye but boring.
I never played Paper Mario, but I heard good things about that.
Tried
And I
playing it
never
on
played
stream one
Pilot
time.
Wings 64, but I heard good things about that too.
Wait, what game?
Pilot Wings 64.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, you got Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Puzzle League, which was not as good as Pokemon Puzzle Challenge. There's Pokemon Puzzle Challenge on the GBA, is like feels like a fully completed game, whereas the N64 game feels like a cheap, quick port of that game to N64, and it's just not as good. Highly recommend Puzzle Challenge on the Game Boy Color if you like puzzle, like, you know, Bejeweled style puzzle games.
Missile reload, really? Fuck.
Ugh.
Haven't.
Stadium 2.
I want to play Paper Mario 1, but I need to finish Thousand Year Door first. I played so much of Thousand Year Door and I didn't finish it, and I feel like a fool.
Got Quake on N64. That's crazy. Rampage, I played those games.
Oh yeah, I had was it Rampage Total Destruction, I think is what it's called. Or I had one on the PS1 and I had one on the Wii, which is funny.
N64 had Rampage World Tour and Rampage 2 Universal Tour, both of which I remember renting.
Oh yeah, I had World Tour. I had World Tour on PS1. That's right. I loved that game as a kid because you could eat people.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Great multiplayer game.
Should buy another copy. That'd be a funny one to have. 'Cause I just do that sometimes. I buy PS1 games that are like cheap and silly. It's not even like, oh, I gotta have this, such a good game. No, like this game will be a good meme. That's why I bought the Harry Potter game where Hagrid's head is like a triangle. Shit sucks.
I've always heard good things about Sin and Punishment, and I've never played that either.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a game by Treasure. They make like the most badass, like older arcade style. I'm trying to think of another game they've made that you would have played, but I don't know which ones you would have. But yeah, anyway, it's supposed to be really good, Sin and Punishment. Snowboard Kids and Snowboard Kids 2. I think I remember playing a little bit of that as a kid. The 3 South Park games on the N64, all of which I owned as a kid. South Park just itself is a shooter game, not unlike GoldenEye. And then Chef's Love Shack is a trivia game that was completely incomprehensible to me as a kid. And Rally was a racing game, which was probably the one we played the most of. But it, like, even as a kid, it was noticeable to me how shit the controls were compared to Mario Kart. And if you're telling me Mario Kart 64 like controls like ass, I can't even imagine what it's like to go back to fucking South Park Rally. Fucking Diddy Kong Racing controls like a goddamn dream. So whatever they were on, the other guys needed to catch up.
My favorite racing game on the N64 is F-Zero X.
Yeah, also solid.
The game's rad.
Spider-Man was on the N64, the PS1 game.
Oh yeah.
I played it. Star Fox, obviously, classic.
Didn't they also put Resident Evil 2 on there?
Yes.
That game
Resident
fucking
Evil
rules.
2, bunch of Star Wars games.
Of course. Rogue Squadron's pretty
Superman,
good.
Everybody's favorite, Superman, the new Superman Adventures. Who doesn't love that game? Mario 64, probably the biggest one. Smash Bros.
Yeah, I had Smash Bros.
They gotta be up to like 25 games by now, like close to 30 games.
For sure.
Tetrisphere, a classic fucking puzzle game with the best soundtrack that any puzzle game probably ever will have.
Oh, is that one actually good?
Yes, but mostly because the music is awesome. I mean, it's a good puzzle game if you like that kind of game. I'm not really into like stressful puzzle games.
I find Tetris pretty relaxing for the most part, but yeah.
This is Tetris as a sphere, though. It's
that's
not
weird.
that similar to Tetris. It's more
That's why I never buy
more of
like
like a
those weird
block
fucking...
arranging game than a block falling game.
They did that a lot back in the day. Like Tetris on the Game Boy was a huge hit, so they would just take random other puzzle games and then call it like a new Tetris. This is Tetris
it
Attack.
has, like-
This is Tetris 2. It's like, this is not
It
Tetris.
has the Tetronymos, so it still makes sense to call it Tetris, but
Okay.
like it's very different gameplay wise. But it has an amazing soundtrack and fun little character designs. Tony Hawk 1 through 3 are all really good.
Didn't realize those were all
Transformers
in
Beat Force
64.
Transmetals I remember being fucking ass. Turok was pretty cool. Turok 1 through 3 and whatever the hell Turok Rage Wars is. I don't even know what that is.
Turok's alright. I remember when
Wave Race, really good.
my friends and I watched one of those like hardy har har so bad it's good kind of movies once that was called Velocipaster. It was like
Yeah.
you've seen that one?
I haven't seen it, but I've seen ads for it.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. The funniest part to me was just when I looked at the poster, the big raptor head on it. I'm like, that kind of reminds me of something. And then I looked up the Turok cover art and saw that it was like very evidently traced from that. Just slightly different from the Turok cover. It's funny as fuck.
They also got a Yoshi Story on the N64, which is a strange game.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised that I really loved Yoshi's Island at first, but I got halfway through and I kind of fell off of it. It's because, like, I don't know what it is about that game. It just made me tired after a while. I'm like, the baby won't stop fucking crying. Like, this is getting more challenging, but not in a way that really appeals to me. So I started playing Donkey Kong instead, because I'm like, I kind of want a more, like, Twitch reflex platformer right now. It's like, Yoshi's Island is adorable and it's an amazing game, but it does not function well as a sequel to Mario World at all. It's a totally different type of platformer.
Are you the keymaster?
Am I what? The key master?
The key-
Oh, are you talking about because of this beast tamer thing I've got on the screen?
Zool.
Oh,
There is no Dana, only Zool.
only Zool.
B, have you
I'm
seen...
looking at it called Zool on the screen right now. It was like an N64 RPG that never came out in the United States.
B, have you not seen Ghostbusters?
No.
This is all of the things that he was just saying were from Ghostbusters.
He's not just Santa, he's Santa Bucky.
Oh my god.
Bird, you should show them your Bucky face. Check it out, it's Bucky.
Oh my god, it's amazing. How sweet.
On that note, I do think we should wrap soon so I can eat this pizza.
How are we gonna rap? How are we gonna rap if I can't save?
I don't know. How far are you from the end of the game, do you think?
I gotta kill Ridley and then finish the game.
So not that far.
Not that far. I think it took us a while, like, the first time I streamed this game because I died to Ridley a bunch of times, but, like, I've got, like, extra tanks and shit. I think I should be able to one-shot him this time. Just getting there is the tricky part. I just have to... It's not that far, yeah.
What's the fastest you've ever beaten this game?
Like 2.5 hours, I think.
God damn.
This is not gonna beat that time, but, you know, I'm trying. Got the space jump, I just gotta get the screw attack. That's like the last big upgrade, and then the game is pretty much over. Gotta fall through that big long tube that they have at the bank.
If I just got up to go eat this pizza, would you be comfortable to just stream with the chat?
Oh yeah, I've streamed alone plenty of times, I don't give a shit.
I'll be
Everybody
back,
wants,
gang.
everybody
Hopefully before
wants
the
to...
game's over.
Yeah. Everybody wants to hang out with me. Everybody loves the Giga Gamer.
Crumbo bumbo.
My crusty underbelly.
Alright, I'll be back.
Super Metroid, gang. Let's fucking go. How do I leave this place? It's over there. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Did y'all know that I'm kind of an epic gamer? I'm kind of based in epic. Okay. Fucking Norfair should be this way, I think. Yeah. Yep. Mayday from Space says, I love hanging out with Giga, meow meow. We do a little meowing. Yeah, we get a little silly with it. We do a little meowing in here. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, just go all the way down there. Down, down to Goblin Town. Oh, oh, my lad. Oh, oh, my lad. Down, down to Goblin Town. Have any of y'all ever seen the Rankin Bass Hobbit movie? Shit is peak. It's much better than that other animated The Lord of the Rings movie. That one's fucking atrocious. That one actually made me want to die. One of the worst movies I've ever seen. Just abjectly creepy and weird, uncomfortable, and also hideously ugly the entire time. Oh yeah, give me the missiles, baby. Gotta prepare. Gotta be prepared for the riddle. Ridley the Riddler. Yeah, this is the way to go. Would it be funny if I streamed the Batman video games sometime? I kinda like them. They're kinda funny. Just really smooth and satisfying to play. And for some reason they get a lot of praise for their storytelling, even though that's far and away the worst part of them.
See, Arkham City is very deep because Joker dies at the end, which is a huge risk that no one has ever taken before. Killing off the Joker in a video game that is not canon to anything else is an extremely risky move that no one was expecting. No, he is the main antagonist of literally every game, regardless.
Ridley from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? Oh yeah, the very same. I remember when, like, Masahiro Sakurai insisted for years that Ridley wouldn't be in Smash Bros. Because he was too big. And then they put him in Smash Bros. Because he's actually not that big at all. They just had to shrink him down a little bit, because if you play the first Metroid game, he's like about the same size as Samus. So like, fuck it, who cares? They also made him hunch. They made him hunch just a little bit in Smash. One of his taunts is literally that he just stands up straight for a second. I love that one. Smash Ultimate really gave me like the characters I was hoping for. All I really wanted was like Simon Belmont and Ridley. As soon as I saw Simon was in the game, I'm like, yep, it's peak. And then they gave me some of my some of my tertiary like wishlist characters, like fucking Sora Kingdom Hearts. That was one that I was like, well, it would be nice. I don't think they could get this guy, but if they did, I think that'd be kind of neat, you know? It'd be cool to see that. Like, yep, Sora's in the game. Dragon Quest Hero is in the game. Fucking Banjo-Kazooie's in the game. That one's awesome. Eh. Keep forgetting I don't have Screw Attack yet. Sora and Sephiroth Big Peak. Oh yeah. Fucking Sephiroth. Honestly, I don't even think I want another Smash. I mean, like, what are the odds that they bring back every single character a second time, right? Like, it's absurd. The amount of characters in the game is absurd. The length of time it would take to develop a sequel that retains all the content is just impossible. Like, I have pretty low expectations. Fuck. Motherfucker catching my super missiles. It's just cheating. die. There, he's dead. Just had enough super missiles that I could spam him. Yay. I'd hope they'd make up for it with more new characters. I think that'd still be cool, even if some others were missing. Yeah, because when Ultimate came out, there were only like 5 new guys, and all the other new guys were added in DLC after the fact. Which is like cool, because, you know, they made what, like 10 additional characters on top of that? It was pretty neat. What the fuck? There we go. Yeah, no, they'll make a Smash Bros 6 or 7 or whatever the fuck we're up to now, and they're gonna add like a dozen new Fire Emblem characters, and that's it. Like, there's enough enough Fire Emblem representation in those games. If they wanted to, they could just make a separate fighting game that's just Fire Emblem themed. Some people would not be opposed to that. So, I mean, I think if you take like however many Fire Emblem characters there are in Smash right now, I swear that's like the same amount of characters that is like standard for a fighting game to come with. So you play in those Street Fighter games where it's like the base game has like fucking 12 characters or something, and then on the other 10 are DLC that you have to pay absurd amounts of money for. Them character DLCs are out of control, I tell you what. I played that Dragon Ball fighting game from last year, the Sparking Zero. And the DLC took like a fucking year and a half to come out. No one cares, no one's playing the game anymore. Everyone moved on from it after like a month. And DLC's finally out, and it sucks, and it's like $50, so whatever. It's all characters from fucking Dragon Ball Daima that I still haven't watched yet. Unfortunate. Activision needs to loosen their greedy paws on Crash Bandicoot. They made a Crash 4, didn't they? What else could they? I mean, okay, I'm just a little bummed that we got Crash 4, but we never got Spyro 4. I'm like, come on. Hyped for new Kirby Air Ride? Yes. Maybe not as hyped as I should be. I haven't watched like the direct or anything. It was just one of those games that I had no hype at all for it because I didn't play the original game on GameCube. Like, I maybe tried emulating it once and didn't care. It's like, I love Kirby games, but I tend to not dabble too much in like too many of the spin-off games. But I don't know, now I actually have a Switch 2. And now that like the game is like an option that's available to me, I'm kind of more keen on like, I should maybe check that one out. Because I'm hearing lots of good things about it. Like it's going, like it, from what I've heard, it sounds like it's going to be just straight up a better racing game than Mario Kart World. Which would be nice, because, you know, like Mario Kart World isn't bad, like there's nothing really wrong with it from what I've seen so far. It's just like, oh, yep, it's a new Mario Kart. Oh, you mean put Crash Bandicoot in Smash Bros. I see. What? I wonder what his moveset would even be. He has this funny little spin attack. I thought it would have been pretty amusing if they put Phoenix Wright in Smash. I know he's been in like fighting games before, so it's not impossible. Oh, you're back. That was quick.
I'm back from a pizza excursion.
Holy crap.
I ate 3 out of 4 slices.
Holy shit. And also, holy crap.
I forgot they were making another Kirby's Air Ride. That's crazy. I still
Yeah.
can't believe that's really happening.
Pretty exciting.
I've heard of that game that it has like a specific mode that is like particularly amazing. That like the main game is not necessarily that great, but there's some like
Yeah?
like arena mode type thing that like
Oh.
people have spent like hundreds of hours playing. I saw like a YouTube video about this. I was like, huh. Who'd have guessed? Similarly with Mario Strikers, there's like a massive competitive Mario Strikers scene because of some kind of like special way that it can be played or something that has like unfathomable depth. Hayden said City Trial, it's like a mini competitive roguelike.
What?
And it's just inside Kirby's Air Ride.
I see. Yeah, it's like I don't fully understand the hype because I didn't really play the old one, but I've just heard enough positive things about it that I feel like I should be hyped. So, you know, when the game comes out, if it gets good reviews, I'll probably check it out. I'm most excited right now to get a few other games on my Switch too, like fucking Cyberpunk. The fact that Cyberpunk looks as good as it does on the Switch 2 is insane to me. And the fact that I can just carry over my save from my PC to the Switch 2 version. It's like, yeah, of course I want Cyberpunk on my TV and a handheld. That's fucking awesome. It's an easy sell for me. Aside from that, Metroid Prime 4 comes out in December. That's the one I'm most looking forward to.
That's the if there's any like new video game I might actually purchase this year, that'll be the one. I will wait for reviews. I'm not going to be a day one drop $70. I also don't know if I want to get it for Switch or if I want to wait until I have a Switch 2, but I don't know how long that could take.
Yeah, shit's
So-
expensive. I originally wasn't gonna get one till like I was planning to get a Switch 2 around Christmas time, but
Oh yeah, happy birthday. Your birthday was yesterday,
yeah,
right?
yeah, I'm elderly.
Hey everybody. It's Chrono's birthday.
Yeah, as I got the Switch 2 is partly because of that, and also because I'm getting a bonus at work soon. It's going to bump up my wallet quite a bit, enough that I can totally afford a Switch 2, which is pretty sick. Ugh. It's because Josh asked me, like, what do you want for your birthday? And I'm like, all I want, really, is just help affording a Switch 2. Just give me, like, $100 or something so I can justify this to myself.
Zink said I'm getting a Switch 2 for Prime 4, but you don't need one, because it will be on the Switch
It's true.
as well.
I checked and
think,
it'll
like-
have, like, slightly better performance on Switch 2, but the difference is not tremendous.
Yeah, like I think the only Switch 2 exclusive games are like Mario Kart and Bonanza, right?
I think so. There's like a few third-party games that don't run on Switch 1 that are on Switch 2, like Cyberpunk I already mentioned, and I think, fuck, was it Star Wars Outlaws? Which I don't know anything about. I do like Star Wars, but that game has not caught my eye at all. I think I watched like one clip of that Star Wars video game. It was like showing off the like gunplay or whatever, and it just looked so slow and boring. It's like, this is like
Right.
Uncharted if everyone was half asleep. Here we go.
Oh shit, it's the Riddler.
The Riddler. Riddle me this, Samus. What's purple and gay and it's gonna bite your head off? It's me!
Looking at a list of Switch 2 games, and it's a lot of Switch 2 Edition.
Yeah.
There's I guess a wheelchair basketball game on the Switch 2.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that
Drag
one.
X Drive.
It's one of those cute little multiplayer games that I'm not gonna play because I don't have any friends to play with.
They got another fucking Hyrule Warriors game coming out soon.
Yeah. I played the first Hyrule Warriors back in the Wii U days. And, yeah, no, those games are boring as fuck. Most repetitive ass garbage.
They got a Switch 2 Mario Tennis coming out
Wow.
in December.
Hope it's better than the one on the Wii U.
Yeah. I bought that and I played it like one time, I think. It was like, alright.
It's like the era of like early Switch and like late Wii U where they were like making sequels to everything, like all the mainline like Mario spin-offs and shit. Like we got new Mario Party and all this stuff, but it was like the most fucking bland, like undercooked version of everything. I mean, like the worst Mario Party ever on the Switch, I swear.
I guess they just released the Persona 3 remake on the Switch 2.
Oh yeah, I heard that runs like ass. They're
Well.
making a Switch 2 edition of Elden Ring, but it got delayed apparently because they want to make sure it's like optimized properly. So that's neat, I guess.
I guess there's like a new Resident Evil coming out with a chick who looks like Dante but as a girl.
Mm-hmm. Resident Evil
Amazing.
Requiem with a 9 inside the word Requiem.
Why does she look like Dante?
Yeah. Shit, fucking die, man.
Is that girl actually? I don't know. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD coming out tomorrow.
Yes.
Dragon Quest 7 remake coming out in
Yes.
2 months or 3 months or something.
So looking forward to that one. Ridley, do not kill me, you fucking nerd. Stop. Okay, he's dead. Thought I was done for a second there. Holy shit. Get me the fuck
You
out
ever
of here.
heard of The Adventures of Elliot?
What? Elliot Page?
No, it's some new RPG on the Switch.
What the fuck?
Let's see. The art style is giving Bravely Default. Okay, it's the Octopath and Bravely Default guys.
Ah,
They have a new action RPG called Adventures of Elliot: The Millennium Tales. Well, the fact it's an action RPG means I might actually play. It kind of just looks like an Ys game, but with the art style closer to Octopath Traveler. It looks pretty nice, though.
Crystalline Foss says RE9 looks like it's gonna run real well on Switch 2. No idea how I feel about RE9 though. I mean, not really gonna know until I play it for myself. The trailer looked kind of bad, but all the Resident Evil games have like bad fucking like voice acting and story. It's like part of the brand at this point.
Since you have a Switch 2, you gotta download the demo for this Adventures of Elliot game and let me know how it is.
Okay.
It looks cool, but I won't be convinced unless you play it, and I can't.
Gotcha.
You know, it's just a demo. I guess there's a new Dragon Ball game coming out,
There is?
Sparking Zero.
Oh yeah, that's the one from last year. I played on my PC. I was actually just talking about that earlier, how like that was an example of like it's like one of those games where they make new characters as DLC, but the characters are all like really fucking overpriced and it's like they're not even interesting. Oh yeah, did the guy like I don't know, they did like 3 character packs and they were all like Dragon Ball Daima, which is the show I haven't finished watching.
I'm currently watching footage of Pac-Man World 2 repacked.
Yes.
Which I cannot believe is real.
Yeah. Played that game when I was a
Pac-Man
little
World
kid.
2 fucking sucked from what I remember. Like
Oh.
that, or I was just really bad. But I had that game as a kid and I hated it and I sold it at some point.
Oh, believe
But
me,
this
I
looks-
played the shit out of Pac-Man World 2, and it does suck. It is not, it is not an ideal video game by any stretch of the imagination. What the fuck am I falling through
This
the floor?
remake does look significantly better. I
Yeah.
will say that. It looks like a.
I'm
play-
interested. Because I mean, I played Pac-Man World 2 again not too long ago. I fired it up on my PS2 just to see how it held up, and I'm like, oh, this is a lot easier now that I'm an adult, but like it still has that like weird jankiness to it. Like Something about the physics just feels wrong. It's just like a
For
cheap
some
fucking
reason,
game.
Sonic is in this game, or no?
It's like a skin.
No, Pac-Man is in Sonic. Is in the new Sonic racing game.
Oh yeah.
Is what this is. But for some reason, there's a trailer for that on the page for Pac-Man World 2 repacked. Interesting. Okay, yeah, there's a Sonic skin, and then also he's in Sonic's game as well.
Yeah, I killed Ridley, by the way. I don't know if you noticed, but very close to finishing this.
Ridley went down like a little bitch.
Yeah.
Romancing Saga 2 got remade. Oh, this actually looks pretty sick.
When I heard that they remade Bravely Default for the Switch 2, I was like really interested in like, oh man, I've been wanting to play that game. I should get the remaster. And then I saw like what it actually looks like on Switch 2, and I was like, I kind of want to just get it on my 3DS, honestly, because it looks like a 3DS game.
Romancing Saga 2 remake actually looks pretty decent. Like graphically, it looks neat.
Just one. The only thing I hate about like current, like the Switch and the Switch 2, like awesome idea for a console. I love it, but it's too fucking big and it's not really that portable. It makes me a little sad. That's why I still cling to like my Game Boys and stuff.
I've put that thing in my pocket, and I'm surprised
The
how
fuck?
easily it fits.
What do you mean you put it in your what pocket?
Watch. Can you see
I see.
my pants?
Oh yeah, you're wearing like sweats though.
That little son of a bitch just went right into my pocket.
That's insane. How is that? That would like the weight though. That would be like dragging your pants down when you walk around all day.
I'll see, importantly, these pants have a drawstring, so I can just tie it around my waist. I can't.
I don't think I have a single pair of pants that my Switch would fit in the pocket of, honestly. Like when I go someplace, when I want to bring like a handheld gaming device with me, my go-to is always the Game Boy Advance SP because it's tiny and it can close, so it keeps the screen protected.
Yeah, that part is cool.
And
Although
just the
Switch
fact that it like
is pretty decent.
yeah.
To handle. It's not as easy to damage as the Wii U screen was, which that was also a big problem with that console. You have to literally fucking interact with this screen all the time, and it's not. I feel like the DS screen was a lot harder to fuck up. Well, at least the 3DS. The original DS, I know the screens would like die.
I also feel like with the Switch, and especially the Switch 2, the fact that it's like this big, long, skinny brick just makes me anxious. It's like, oh, it's gonna get like fucking busted if I like I just toss it in my bag or something, you know? Like I need a case for it, I need a screen protector and all that shit, and like the Joy-Cons are gonna drift if they get bumped the wrong way. It's like shitty fucking controllers, like, I don't know. Switch 2 is a little bit more comfortable to hold just because it's bigger, but it's also heavier, which sucks. If you're the type of person to like lay down in bed and play video games in bed, the Switch 2 is gonna like hurt your fucking arms after a while.
Yeah, the OLED one, I believe, is also like heavier than a standard Switch, or maybe the other way around. One of them is definitely heavier, because I have one of each.
That makes sense. Never tried the OLED. I never got the hype for OLED screens.
It looks well. You will if you ever watch someone play Pokemon Arceus on a Switch and then on an OLED Switch, you'll be like, I understand why this is necessary, because like it just gets rid of all of the aliasing. Like there's no jagged edges on anything. It's all super smooth and buttery and
I see.
like so. Yeah, that's the main difference. And like if you look at specifically Pokemon Arceus on like a regular Switch, it just looks like ass compared to how it looks on an OLED.
Gamepad is broken and it's more expensive to get a gamepad than it is a Wii U. Oh yeah, they didn't sell the Wii U gamepad separately at all. You could only get one with a console. That's why.
That's so annoying.
It's insane. This is the kind of shit like people forget when they're like, oh man, the Wii U is so awesome. Nintendo was so much better during the Wii U era. It's like, they still sucked. They just sucked in a different direction. It's more like I don't know, like, current Nintendo blows, but old Nintendo sucks. Like, that's the best way to describe it. Like, Nintendo's always been up to some fuck shit. That's what gets me go, is like, people like, boycott Nintendo, and I'm like, just now? Also, why not the other ones too?
It's a corporation. Like, you should either be always boycotting all of them or just shut up about it.
Yeah.
You got
At least attack the corporation itself. I see all the nerds on the internet attacking people who play Nintendo games, and they're like, this is your fault. I'm like, ooh. What the fuck? People told me to vote with my wallet, so I said okay, and I never bought a single microtransaction one time in my entire life. And you know what? The microtransactions won anyway. I'm not in control of this shit. Don't get mad at me.
If it works, it's gonna work.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. NFTs didn't work. Bitcoin though works. So it works. Will it always work? I don't know.
Generative AI is definitely a bubble. That shit is so funny.
Yeah, that shit's not working. I mean, it works for certain things. I think that AI is good for like getting the ball rolling on like a blank page,
Yeah.
but like ultimately you still have to do a lot, you know.
Yeah.
Like when I was trying to put together a list of rappers that are at least 50 years old, I was like, I don't know, there is no resource of that. There is no list of it that exists. So the first thing I did was ask an AI, give me a list of rappers over 50. Now when I looked at the list it provided me, I knew it was incomplete, and I knew it was like full of repeats and just like weird information. People it counted and then discounted, like it would pick somebody and then explain that they are under 50 and therefore disqualified, and I'm like, why did you list that for me then?
It's like learning language
it's too
models.
janky to truly be helpful, but it can do some things for some people in some contexts.
Yeah, it's like the learning language models, which are just like being applied to problems that they are not made to solve, which is just moronic. And then there's the AI generated videos and stuff, which takes a ton of just like resources to produce, and it's being done just an absurd amount of like waste and like just flippancy, carelessness. It's like the shit is not being used responsibly at all. It's like it's like some like AI generated video TikTok like platform. It's like just insane, just like a complete money sink. So like it's a bubble and it's gonna burst and it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be fucking bad. Mayday from Space said, Krona, how good are the magnetic connections for the controllers? That's something I wasn't a fan of when I saw the reveal. The magnets on the Switch 2 are really, really strong, and they're actually much more reliable from what I've seen. They're much more reliable than the rails on the Switch 1. Like, I've seen people with, like, worn out rails where, like, their Joy-Cons just, like, pop up constantly when they're playing with it. I don't think I'll have that problem with the Switch 2. The magnets are so fucking strong that if you wanted to, like they're not gonna fall off, and, like, the mechanism to pop them off is just a button you push that makes a little piece of plastic, like, it just, like, pushes the controller away from the Switch a little bit, creating enough of a gap for you to, like, easily pull it off. You wouldn't have to do that because, you know, because it is just a magnet. If you really wanted to, you could rip the Joy-Cons off like a barbarian, but it takes quite a bit of force. I tried just pulling it out without pushing the button, and that bitch ain't coming off. I feel like I'm not strong enough to take the Joy-Con out without, like, squeezing the shit out of the screen, you know? Yeah, I would not worry about the magnets at all. Like, given that the Switch 2 is much heavier than the Switch 1, I'm not worried. I'm not worried at all about the magnets falling off. AI video is always either lowbrow comedy slop like Stephen Hawking jokes or atrocious racist bullshit like the Cuomo ads. I saw a AI generated video the other day that was really fucking, like, the way that it was bad was hilarious to me, because it was like someone tried to generate a sitcom, and the sitcom it generated was just a series of like nonsense clips of like people who had the voices of characters from Friends, and like the apartments looked kind of the same, but they're like, it would just be someone saying something nonsensical, just like, I told you not to do that, where are we, did it again? And then a guy walks in, like opens the door and goes, hello, and then people clap for like 30 seconds. Like a lady generates a third arm, like she has 3 arms, one's holding a guitar, the other 2 are like wiping her hands off with a towel.
AI is amazing at surreal humor. That is its absolute specialty.
One of them absolutely fucking killed me. It's like, it was like this, all of the characters from Friends, it was just like generic knockoff versions of them sitting around the couch while one of them's playing ukulele. And just seeing like, stinky cat, why do you smell like that? And then the guy opens the door and goes, hey! Like, everybody, like, just the clapping, just like the loud fucking hello, and people clapping for like a straight minute. It's not like a catchphrase. There was no punchline. Oh my god, that shit. Because I'm just thinking, like, this is what, like, you fed every sitcom ever to an AI, and this is what it spat out. What does that say about sitcoms?
Definitely that they are incomprehensible to an AI.
Has, like, the right timing, like, it has the rhythm of sitcom jokes, but there were no jokes.
I was thinking about how, like, when people who are hype about AI, like,
It's
like
just gonna
so
get
much
better.
of the hype around it,
It's
yeah,
just
it's
gonna
about
get
the
better.
potential, and like, potential
no
is such a
potential.
fascinating thing because potential is
Shh, off.
a Schrodinger's box. Like, yeah, maybe it will be able to do all that stuff that you are imagining, or maybe it won't ever be able to do all that stuff that you're imagining. You literally don't know until it's been proven. Like there's people talking about like what theoretically this should be able to do, but it literally can't. And so like it's not impressive until it can actually do those things, and we don't know that it can, because if we did, we would be able to do it, you know? Like if we knew it could do the things that we think it should be able to do, it would be doing them, and we'd be talking about how it can do them. But that's not the conversation we're having. We're having a conversation about what it's potentially capable of, but that's only in theory, and who knows if that'll ever be true. And like, there's going to come a point where another thing has more potential, and so that thing just gets totally abandoned, the same way that VR did, like 3 years ago, like not even 5 years ago. Like, VR was the big deal, and AR, and like it was gonna be, like the whole fucking metaverse was a VR thing. That was not even it originally, like, whatever it is now.
Makes me
It was
sad
like,
because I really liked VR. Like, I like VR video games, and I
VR 's
do wish
great.
there was more just good shit coming out, but it's not happening.
The nice thing about that is that it will come back around. It's just gonna take it. It's the same thing with like computers existed in the 70s, but like didn't become a commonplace thing until the 2000s, because like the transistors had to get small enough for it to make sense on a consumer grade, you know, like. And with VR, the big problem I think we're in right now is that it's really hard to get high resolution in VR. Like, pretty much, you know, all of the stuff is like a 1080p stretched into 360, which is like looking at 240p in any specific spot. So like,
Yeah.
just generally kind of looks like ass. And like, but I don't think we are as far away from VR coming back again as we are from AI coming back again. Like AI, yeah, maybe like all that potential they're talking about might be realized, but it's gonna be in like 100 years. Like 100 years from now, AI will be good enough that we can actually be talking about the stuff that, you know, people are saying today. But like VR, I think in like 5 to 10 years is gonna be like, hey guys, we can make these for $10 now. Like, you know, the ones that are at the quality that you had 2 years ago, that's a $10 toy you could buy on a store shelf. Then it'll be like a serious deal, you know, when the $500 version is like so immersive that people are forgetting real life exists inside of it. Then that'll be when it comes back. I still very much think VR is going to be a fate for many people, where like I really do believe that like rich people are gonna have to figure, like, when rich people have developed all this AI and all this bullshit, all this automation that makes it so they don't need poor people to do stuff for them anymore. When they figure out how to 3D print food, rich people are really gonna be like, how do we justify letting poor people live? Because they know they can just annihilate us. Like, they could just get rid of all the poor, you know? But they need the poor currently to like do stuff. But if they don't need us to do stuff, they're gonna be like, why bother even having them? But the answer is blood. They always are gonna want our blood. Like, so ultimately humans, like poor people, are going to eventually become blood bags. Like, the only way we'll be able to have value to the rich is if we let them just take our blood. So ultimately what they're going to do is they're going to create a subscription service to a VR system where you're going to lay in a bed and you're going to have an IV drip that gives you all of your nutrients, and you're going to have another thing, a tube that just siphons blood out of you. So you're just going to be one tube in, one tube out, and you're spending all your time in VR. You live in the VR headset, you don't move, you're on a bed in VR, and you're totally happy because in VR is awesome. And you don't have to worry about food because you've always got it coming into you. You know, your body's being preserved on a bed in some warehouse with 700 million other bodies. And it's literally just the Matrix, but opt-in. Like, it's not going to be the machines take over. It's going to be like billionaires offer poor people a life inside of a tube that is better than the life they actually have, and they take it.
Just being in the Matrix, yeah.
Rieli said I would sign up for this unironically. I know. Everyone will. There's not going to be a choice at some point, you know? Because those of us who don't want to be in it, they're going to make life impossible for us. They're going to make everything fun illegal. They're going to make speech illegal. They're going to make it really hard to live outside the VR headsets, so that it is just like obviously better to be in there than outside of there. That's the future that I am expecting. Aiden said that's when Human Instrumentality Project comes into play. We don't know if that's possible, though. I think this blood bag stuff, this is not actually that far off. Like, you can be a blood bag. It's just nobody would want to without the VR life thing going on. Like, if you can just have a better life in VR than you have in real life, I think that'll be enough to make people sign up to not be human anymore. Oh shit. You're all fucked up.
Trying to get up. I can't get up. I can't get up.
This is Assy McGee.
She's kidding me.
This is shitty fart. This is like 3 poops and a scoop. Oh, it's the baby Metroid!
Holy crap.
He's turning her into a rainbow. He's making her gay. I guess it's not really a rainbow. He's just kind of making her Christmas. He's making her Christmas! Now she's blue. This fucking music sounds like Godzilla.
Oh yeah, we should do that fucking... Remember way back when I talked about us marathoning the Godzilla movies? We should start doing that. That'd be fucking awesome. There's like 30 of them, but it'd be a great time.
I do like me some Gojira.
Gojira. Love him. Love Koji. Oh no, she's getting back up. How cringe. Get away from her, you bitch!
Goji locks.
No. The baby.
The baby.
Oh no, I'm gonna go to the baby bottle pop ship and yell at Adam. Ah. Die, 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 die. Motherfuck. Mother brain, more like motherfuck. So great.
That, everyone, was the first time a video game made anybody cry. Because I don't think Final Fantasy IV was out yet.
Actually, I think.
I'm sure plenty of games had made people cry.
Yeah. I cried when I used my last quarter on the Star Wars arcade game. Stupid bitch, fucking die. Melt your head.
The extra die.
Oh no, time bomb set. Escape immediately.
It's funny for how, like, as known as Nintendo games are for being like kids games, they always have like very violent deaths of enemies.
I really liked when they made New Super Mario Brothers on the DS, and at the, like, you have the little boss fight with Bowser, like the classic where you push the button to drop him in the lava, but they showed him like becoming a skeleton. Which is funny. And then at the end of the game you fight him again, but he's a skeleton.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Fun game.
Pretty...
And then Mario was just like that game 4 times again for years afterwards. Mario games were really boring. That was sad.
I have to ask, Caterpillar, did you sincerely not know what was going to happen at the end there? Because the text was, wow, Baby Metroid is so nice. And then, no! And then Mother Brain, more like Mother Lame. I'm like, I really hope you sincerely just in real time found out that the Baby Metroid dies in this game. Because everybody has their first.
Yeah.
No, I never played this before. Amazing.
Wow.
I knew this spoiler before ever playing this game, though. I think I mentioned this in one of the previous streams, but like in Nintendo Power Magazine, there was like somebody had written in about this ending and it being like the most dramatic thing they'd ever seen, and like that's the first context I had into Metroid at all, other than that Samus was in Super Smash Bros. Melee, or not even Melee, the original Smash. But like, I had just thought it was some robot guy. Like I did not know it was, you know, a woman or a fucking what kind of game she was in or anything like that. And then, you know, I found out she was a woman through either a friend told me or through Nintendo Power, and then also read about the Super Metroid ending in there, and I was like, oh, that sounds really dramatic. And, it is. It's also like the first like actual plot moment really in these games that like matters and makes you like think, like, wow, like Metroid had like a plot.
It's cool because the second game just has that really quiet ending. It's like nothing bombastic, nothing super complicated. It's just, oh, you found the baby Metroid and it was nice to you, so you don't kill it. And there's no like big self-destruct sequence, no big explosion. The game just ends with you taking the baby Metroid and leaving. And then this one just does so much more with it.
Yeah, goes
It's
all
like,
the way.
retroactively, Metroid 2 is a better game because this one exists. And it's like, oh, that's like a narrative arc now. And it's a really good one.
And you blew up what may or may not have been Samus's pseudo homeworld.
That whole god. Didn't save the critters. Yeah, I can never fucking remember where they're at. It's whatever. In canon, I saved them. Just pretend I did. So we know that the critters are in Metroid Fusion. They're recurring characters now. They're canon.
Yeah, since we played Zero Mission,
2 hours 60.
Crazy.
Holy shit.
It's so fucking fast.
How?
I don't know what happened to the 40 minutes of other time that we've been recording, but
yeah, like I didn't die. I didn't reload my save. That was like, what
maybe
the
it
fuck?
didn't count the 20 minutes of jumping in the lava in that one room.
Maybe my best time I've ever gotten in this game. Like, what the fuck? How?
Insane.
That timer does not. That's fucked. That was insane. Wow. I'm not even playing this with my usual SNES pad. I got this fucking 8-bit do controller that kind of looks like a SNES pad, but like a SNES pad had sex with a PlayStation controller and made this baby. I like it.
It's almost like an N64 controller missing a leg or something.
It's got like the same face buttons as a Nintendo with the ABXY. It's got the shoulder buttons are literally like Super Nintendo, and then the triggers are PlayStation triggers. It's derivative.
I went this whole stream
but I
about
like it.
promoting Samus versus Samus, but it's been in the description the whole time. You should listen to my audiobook about Samus.
It's true. It's very true.
Samus. And I guess next will be Metroid Fusion. We've been saving the other. Nisa had done 3 artworks for us to use as thumbnails, and the third one like just happens to use the Fusion suit. So I've been like holding on to it. Like you gotta wait for Fusion.
I'm looking forward to that one. Sure to have some fruitful discussion about Metroid Fusion. That one's gonna take a couple streams at least. It's one of those games where like the in-game timer will be like, you beat this in 2.5 hours, but like thanks to all of the text and everything, all the cutscenes, that was not like a 2-hour game. It's more like a 6-hour game. Ugh.
I doubt it'll be as long as you think.
Yeah, maybe not that long, but like it's always longer than the game says it is.
Hey, Yokoi. That man.
Fucking you said Fusion Ha, and it reminded me that when I was a child, my brother taught me how to do the Fusion dance from Dragon Ball Z, and I still remember how to do it.
Holy shit, you got the best ending.
I sure did. Effortlessly.
This is the Samus. This is the best Samus depiction that
Yep.
has ever existed. It's the only one I truly believe in. That is my Samus.
It's the only
Fuck
Samus.
Samus.
Yeah. The Super Metroid
Stuff like-
Samus is the only one I have an action figure of.
Oh, that's badass.
So right over here, I keep it by the CRT.
65% collecting items reach.
It's like a $10 toy that I found out at GameStop. These are the best kinds of toys. The people who collect like action figures that are worth hundreds of dollars, nah, I'm about the cheap stuff. This looks like something I could have bought in
badass.
1994.
I want that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I
Look-
want her outside the suit too. I want this. I want no Zero Suit Samus. I want out of suit Samus from Super Metroid as a figurine, doing the
Same.
pose that she does there.
Some folks might be
Caterpillar
like,
says, I want to be Samus, you and me both.
um,
That's why I play Metroid, so I can be Samus. And Super Smash Brothers. All right, everybody. We'll see you on the Fusion stream.
hell yeah. Fucking
Thanks for coming out.
meow meow everybody. Nighty night.